Hey everyone, J-Rod here. I wanted to take a quick moment to preface this upcoming episode as it was recorded the Sunday after the killing of George Floyd. We briefly touch upon what occurred the week of his death, kind of in the latter end of the episode. We share our personal opinions of what was going on during that time, but I do want to make it known that we are not ignorant to the current state of society right now. Obviously, I don't have a platform, to make a big difference or a change, but I know that I still have a voice nonetheless. Personally, I've had a terrifying incident years ago with the police that has still scarred me to this day. But I've also, on the flip side, have had a very blessed one. I believe I shared it in episode 6. But I do want to express that I've always been 100% aware of the inequality and injustice that people of color have had to suffer from, especially with law enforcement, as I was taught to recognize it at a very young age from my father. Now, obviously, over the course of history, there have been case after case that has stirred up public outrage similar to now, but with how 2020 has been going for all of us, this outburst was just inevitable with how pent up inside we've all been during this lockdown, and people want justice, and not just for Floyd, but for all of the other recent killings of innocent Black people from police brutality. And I stand with that change that needs to be made. I continue to do what I can by donating, signing, and sharing, but I also wanted to make my voice heard on whatever outlet that I have. So I will be linking everything that I've shown support to down in the description below and more, just in case you decide to show support as well. And I'm not begging anyone to do the same. That's your choice. But all I do ask is that you just simply be aware of the inequality and injustice that all minorities, more specifically Black people, have to face. So, to the protesters peacefully protesting, stay safe and stay strong. And the rioters and the looters, because I know that's still going on, I understand where some of your hearts are, but I know you understand the consequences as you make that conscious choice. And with that, hopefully the laughs that are in this episode put a smile on your face, because that's what I try to do every episode. I'm a big goofball, but I know that I still have a heart, and I'm still, socially aware of everything going on. And thank you, love you all, and Black Lives Matter. Peace, and enjoy the episode. All right, welcome back to the Pass the Vibes podcast. It's your host, J-Rod, and on mic number 2,
we got your man, Pierre Escargot.
Oh, so you stuck with it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to
I'm a French man. I wear a yellow rain suit and Raincoat. Yeah. And I sit in the bathtub and speak French.
Well, you actually give French lessons, French, vocab lessons.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That is a reference to all of the 90s babies out there who watched all that back in the day.
You could just call me Pierre, bro.
No, I'm going to call you escargot, which is like snails.
That works. Anyway.
But, we have another guest today, and obviously I will let Mr. Escargot over there do this introduction. So get ready. Sit back.
Today, on the Pass the Vibes podcast, we have a very special guest in the building right now. And I'm really glad that she's able to make it. I done name dropped her a bunch of times on this show. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be straight up, man. I'm extremely biased when it comes to her, because not only is she my homie, not only is she my rider, not only is she my A1, but she is one of the best friends who I've ever had in this whole life, period, on everything.
You bring a tear to my eye.
This is my fam. If you step to her, you're going to have to step to me. That's really how we're rocking. Oh, shit. She is a fellow Pennsauken representative. She is a fellow creative mind. And along with your boy over here, she is one half of the greatest, most dynamic, most creative, most underrated tag team duo in all of South Jersey. Together, we are the Z. Name subject to change, but I've been calling us that for years now. Hashtag throw up the Z.
Asterisk.
I also like to call her the best kept secret, because once the world hears her music, sees her talent, they'll know what I've known for years, and that this girl is a bona fide superstar. I am biased, but everyone knows that she's got talent that knows her. Over here, we pass the vibes. I've been around her long enough to know that she is the vibe. Ladies and gentlemen,
the vibe.
she is the vibe.
This is so much to live up to right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can keep going on and on, but welcome to our show. My good friend, someone I got hella love for, the legendary Tina Zambeza.
What is good,
Holla
y'all?
at him, Tina.
What is good? Happy to be here.
That's awesome.
Definitely happy to be here.
Yeah, like now it's just like whoever gets introduced in later episodes. It's just
I don't think there's anyone that's going to top that, man.
Yeah, no.
Like John got a nice little funny intro. Lady got like a resume rundown, but
resume rundown. That's a good one.
Tina,
yeah,
come on, man.
There's no words. I feel like today I'm just gonna be not interviewing, but I'm just gonna be talking to like this dynamic duo right now because I do have so many questions. I mean, because knowing that you're a musician, you're an artist, you produce, you sing, you rap. I mean,
she does it all.
List goes on. Like you do all that, and it's like aside from like this podcast and like the stupid YouTube videos that I do, that's something that I'm actually aiming for when I turn 30 this year.
Music production.
Yeah, I was looking into like internships, but like who's gonna want like a 30-year-old intern who works all the time? But I am gonna look into buying a beat maker for my 30th birthday for like another little side hobby, because throughout high school, well, it's kind of late high school, a lot of people used to say like, why don't you like get into music? And I never felt myself as like a musician. I never like played an instrument. I wanted to. Like I always saw myself like playing the drums. I was one of those typical kids at the lunch table doing the grinding beat. You know, I was always doing that. And then I would always like make up little things like my knuckles and just like go back and forth and alternate. But whatever. Yeah, but now it's just like fuck it. Like I feel like I have like this untapped like creative side of me. Like hence why I'm doing the podcast, the video game let's plays. And then now I just want to fuck around with music and just like see what happens. And I'm not like I'm definitely not doing that like for serious. I just want to see what I can create.
I mean, you never know where it'll go though.
Obviously,
like,
yeah.
I think doing something like once you start doing something creative, it kind of unlocks like everything else that you want to do.
Yeah.
Because it's like doing this, like this idea like we talked about that you've had for a while. So now it's like working on this and like working on editing and all that stuff. It's like you start feeling like, all right, now I could tackle.
I'm finding
else.
out like I can do different things. Yeah, you're completely right. But yeah, I feel like this episode, I'm just going to learn right now about like shit about production and music that I don't know how to do or know about. So I guess my first question, when did you start getting into music, like heavy?
I'm going to say I had to be a junior in high school.
Okay.
I would just, I bought my first MacBook. And I would I started with GarageBand. Everybody starts with GarageBand. Yep. It's a good program to start with if you're a beginner. But right now, I'm working with Logic. I'm learning Logic. I'm not very skilled.
Yeah, I literally because I was looking at different audio software recording programs because for future reference, I might upgrade what we have. I might do Adobe Audition possibly. Because I might buy Photoshop for my personal, but anyway, that's another long story. But yeah, I saw
doing that as well. I'm going to be purchasing the same
Adobe Audition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I basically started when I was young. I want to even say when I was just super young, 7. My mom was, recording me. Has like mad recordings of me singing and wanting to be this superstar.
That's what's up.
Age. Yeah, the basic dream of like.
Just putting out music and I mean, from what I heard, like from what. See, I hate when I have to remember your name.
You could just you could just call me Shades. Zero for this episode.
I normally call you Shades, but yeah, sure. Escargot. From what Escargot played me, I'm just like, I'm like, damn. And then from the style that he's told me that you have, I remember I was like, oh, kind of like The Weeknd, because like you sing and kind of rap, but with a melody. And I'm just like, oh, I like that. Because it's just like, I fuck heavy with The Weeknd. And then anyone who can kind of like, if you can master that style, like, shit, I feel like you can do anything.
It's crazy, though, because like every time that we hang out, like this girl, I always compliment her because she has such a talent with writing lyrics. Like she's able to, we've been in the car sometimes and I'll see her just like, I don't know, like, well, like kind of like me and you do with the freestyles, right? Yeah. But like she actually comes through with like melodies and flows,
like knowledge.
Yeah, and she'll just come off with that at the top, and I'm always so impressed because like when I write like my freestyles, I have to actually sit there and like write.
You're
like I need silence or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
She's able to just come off with that off the dome, and then it's like the way that you're able to just like piece everything together, like know when to switch it up from the flow and when to know like when that chorus hits and start singing. I'm just like, wow, like that's why I always said like, yo, you're a superstar. And Tina will tell you this. Like I always get on her for working on music. Like, and I feel like that's a testament to the friendship we have too. Like we were talking about this the other day. Like everyone always says to keep, this is something I always say, like everyone always says keep it real, but then when you actually keep it real about them, everyone's quick to get offended about things because a lot of people can't handle criticism. But with us, it's like we have that type of friendship where we're both able to always tell each other like, yo, you need to do this, you messing up right now. So with her, I would always tell her like, yo, you are lazy, you need like you need to work on, because it's like
you need that.
You
100% need that in a friend.
If I had the talent that she has, like if I could sing like her, if I could come up with lyrics like her, I would be like, yo, I'm hitting the studio ASAP just to get this stuff out.
Or just like hitting the.
And I know that we have different, like obviously all of us have different personalities. I think I get very eager to put stuff out or to show people like what I'm working on, and I think she's more so just like, I'm gonna wait and see. I gotta make sure it's right.
Very long.
But yeah, it's like I always get on her. I'm like, yo, you need, because she'll, like I said, going back to it, we'll be in the car and she will play me like unreleased pieces. Like she'll put like something, she's like, bro, this is something I'm working on, and there'll be like a minute and a half of fire of just straight flames, and I'm sitting there with like the ugly face, like the sound effects, like, oh my god, like, yo, put that out, you need to put that out. And she's like, yeah, it's not finished yet though. And then it's like weeks will pass, I'm like, and then she'll be like, bro, I got another piece. And it'll just be like a bunch of unreleased like I guess demos, samples or samples.
You ever think about demos. You ever think about, you know, Tierra Whack?
Yes.
Yeah, you ever think about doing what she did with her mixtape last year? Like minute songs?
No, I didn't. I actually have not gotten into. I know who she is.
Yeah,
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know who she is, of course, just because she made so much noise.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't
in such a little time.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to listen to most of her music.
Definitely have to recommend. Yeah, I believe it was a mixtape last year. It's 15 tracks. 15 tracks. They're all 1 minute long.
Exactly 1 minute.
1 minute. Yeah. And so I'm just like, oh my God. Just like how he's like, I want to hear the rest of this fucking song. I want to hear the rest of those fucking songs. But who knows if like she just has a whole batch of other songs that she's just going to release
the thing is like the songs that like, number one is like the subject matter, like what she talks about. And then also like the sound. I feel like, yo, them songs are like legitimate like album cuts. Like I feel like those are songs like if she wanted to, like she could write for Rihanna or like a star.
I would love to write for Rihanna.
And it would come out impeccable.
Yes,
that you can match like her vibe,
her voice, her energy, all the way. That would be a dream. Yeah,
who did that happen with? John Bellion, if you know who John Bellion is. No, he made this one track. It got really heavy airplay, like 2016, called All Time Low. But yeah, he actually wrote with Rihanna and Eminem on
Love the Way You Lie,
Monster. Yeah. So, and that's where he kind of got like his big break, because he had like 3 mixtapes before that. But then, he he helped write Monster, and that was such a huge hit. And then like he kind of took off, and now he's kind of like on like not a decline, but like he's kind of like laying low.
But there are actually a few artists that started that route, like Neo. Like he started out just strictly
a lot of people
behind
started
the scenes,
as songwriters,
and then they end up like just moving into the spotlight themselves. But yeah, like Tina's got hella like just.
I think I'm just I'm very good at hooks, and instead of just how I think of it, I'll just make multiple hooks to form a song,
and then you piece it together.
Yes, yeah. Just because I feel like I'm not very good when it comes to verses. Mm-hmm. I'm not great, you know. I want to get better, but I think hooks, like just grabbing that like catchy sound, catchy tone, like I got that. And I definitely can do that. And
so with the hooks, is that like how you come up with the subject matter of the song too? Or do you feel like the verses are more?
I feel like all my subject is always the same. Okay. It's always like love, heartbreak, or just being cocky.
All right.
Yeah.
That's like 3. That's like sometimes.
That's like 3 different albums right there.
Yeah, I don't really I really don't branch past that.
Okay. Yeah. See, it's like whenever we do our stupid like freestyles in the car, Yeah, my subject matter is literally like the same.
When we do our freestyles, like I've been known, I've said it, like I can't freestyle, like I'm not good at it.
Me neither. I just like to say random shit.
So like our freestyle sessions is a bunch of nonsense and just a bunch of like it's a lot of references that probably don't
matter.
Yeah, that don't matter and that we're not gonna repeat on the air.
That's what I said, they don't matter.
Yeah, but with you, it's like, I mean, we've had like, we don't really freestyle too much, but like there are times like I remember like last year when we were like just driving around and we we were parked up in the parking lot.
That was this year.
Yeah, that was like December. It was like right before the year started. We were parked up in the parking lot and we started pulling up these beats. And then Tina just starts like, and just starts like flowing. I'm just like, man, I can't even go after you because he's just like, I just sound like a chump.
I just say whatever's around me. I'll literally say whatever is around me.
Okay.
And use that.
And that's what I feel like I try to do when I try to quote unquote freestyle, but like it doesn't work out.
And it always ends up just circling back.
Yeah, I'll circle back, but then I'll feel great when I come up with like a punchline. I'm like,
I remember the last time we did this.
Oh my! Do you actually remember it?
You said something about Robert Ory, and I was like, yo, that is actually like.
I think it was like something about rings.
You said you said something like I dropped rings, something gory like Robert Ory. I was like, yo, that was actually pretty tough. I gotta give you your props.
Oh yeah, I'll feel great for like 30 seconds. I'm like, yeah, I fucking did that. But yo, it just seems like you're a writer and you love writing like lyrics, and then like she's mastering hooks. Dude, that makes you guys like a perfect duo.
Wait, then we have you over here wanting to learn production.
Oh no. You already do production. That's what I'm here learning from you.
Listen, I am at like an intermediate level.
Hey,
I still have a lot to learn. I can't
below the floor right now. I have no level. But no, yeah, if I ever do learn production and like at a let's say intermediate level, yeah, I would love to just like throw beats at people, be like, hey, did you like this? Like, or like, what do you think about this? And then get people's feedback.
We definitely would be. We'd record, lay something down on that.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys already got the full package: production, hook writing.
I mean, like
melody. And then you got just the lyrics.
Bars,
yeah, you just got lyrics.
We actually recorded a song together in 2016.
Yeah, I remember you showing me that.
Yeah, Vibin' in Fantasy, a personal classic. But
that we can legit play that because it wouldn't get copyright because she owns it.
I don't own the beat. We don't own the beat.
What? Yeah, I thought you produced that.
Wait. Is that the one that we made?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's the one we made.
All right, I do.
Okay, you.
If he's saying it's one of the ones that we made, then
so like the story behind, I actually have it's like a rough cut.
Because it was like the
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we definitely made that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a sample.
Maybe I'll just clip it in one day.
But the story behind that was actually crazy, and this just goes to show like how sometimes you need an extra like voice in there. I remember this was like back in 2016, and this is like when me and Tina first started like really hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, cause we were always cool at work and like I would bum rides off her at work and all that. But like we actually started hanging out. This was actually the first time that we hung out. And we were waiting for our one friend because it was her birthday. So we were just like chilling in the car waiting to get picked up. So she brings out her laptop because I always knew she did music, but I never actually like heard any of her stuff. So she's like playing me these different songs. I'm just like, yo, these are fire. And I remember she had like this one file, it was called Levitating. And then I was just like, the name just caught my attention. Yeah. So I was like, yo, what's this Levitating song? She's like, oh, bro, that's just like, I'm nothing. About to throw. Yeah, you're like, yeah, I'm about to just throw that away. It's nothing. So I was like, let me hear it. So then I hear this beat.
It was just the beat. It wasn't you like with the hook.
The hook was there. The hook was there. Does it feel like some that was on it?
Nah, I made that with you.
Really?
Yeah, I made that with you. I don't think
I feel like you had something already laid out.
Come on, Mr. Encyclopedia.
It was only
you gonna boast
yo, she could be wrong. I do have a better memory.
You do. I will say you do. But I'm telling you, I believe I made that while we were together. I had said that.
Either way, though, I remember
Serge was also there.
Yeah, true. All right, so this is the thing. I remember it was 3 different sessions that we recorded this song. Yeah. But when you first showed it to me, I just remember hearing like dun, dun, dun. It reminded me of like Wiz Khalifa's Cushion OJ, like the production sound that he had.
Yeah.
Like it was just like that summer vibe, like, you know, people would like get high to or whatever. I'm just like, yo, this beat is like really chill. And I remember
the stoner song.
I remember I was like super hype and I was like, yo, like we should do something over this. And you're like, I don't know, bro. And I remember we sat in the car, started writing some lyrics. a couple weeks later, we went back and revisited, and we actually had like studio sessions, even though we were doing this from her car. And this is like
studio's a studio. You call it a studio?
Yeah. So we would make the car a studio, and I remember Tina would bring her. It would be like after work, so we would get out at midnight at Loomis. So it was like 1:00 in the morning, and we'd be in her driveway, and she would bring her stuff out, her microphone, and her laptop, and we'd be sitting there writing lyrics, and we would have her mic and just record. She would sing, I'd record, and then my boy Serge, it's her cousin.
Yeah.
He came through one day after work with us, and he was like giving his input as well. And it took a few sessions, and I was just like, man, this really shows like how much work goes into like making music and stuff behind the scenes, especially when you starting from scratch. Because like I said, she already had the beat, but as far as us, and it only ended up being like a 3-minute song, but as far as just like us adding stuff to the production, as far as us like recording, making sure the vocals sound right, like making sure I sound right, she sounds right. Ultimately, I remember we put the song out. I remember she had Tina texted me or whatever. She's like, bro, the song is done. And it went up on her SoundCloud page. I remember, there are a few moments where I really felt proud. I was like, yo, I'm on a track. And I mean, it was her song. You know what I'm saying? She's the star of the song. But even me just getting my short verses up in there,
man.
I was like, man, bro, like. And then, like, I remember we would tell people that we work with. And, like, I remember telling, like, Zandre at Toys R Us and everything.
Yo, shout out Zandre.
Yeah, shout out Zandre. I remember he was like, bro, I need this. I'm going to ride around listening to this. And I was like, yo, man, like, people actually want to ride around listening to something we just made in the car. I'm like, man, that's tough. And then she put out another song 2 weeks later, which is still on SoundCloud. I'm not sure if I showed this to you. Where she has a song called Where Were You? Yo, bro, I'm not sure if I played this to you or sent this to you, but
no, I've only heard the one that you were on.
So I'm gonna play that one for you. That right there is a banger. Like, Tina made that beat. And it's like the way she layered her instruments one over each other. Ooh. And then like her vocal and what she's talking about. I think I told you, I played this for my cousins in Guatemala, right? A whole nother country. And this is where like hip hop and like the urban music isn't as relevant over there as it is over here. And like my cousins, they're like into EDM, pop music, that type of stuff. I played them your joint, and they were like, that's your friend? I was like, yeah, for real, like that's my homie, like we're close. And then she was like, yo, she has legitimate talent. And I think even they said like, this sounds like it could be a Rihanna song. So that's like,
actually the first song I've ever like written and finished
fully, right?
Fully made by myself. Like that was the first song ever.
So
that's why I haven't taken it down. Like of all songs, I took down a couple things, but I was like, that song I'll just leave up forever, just because it was like it's so ancient.
I feel like
it's a baby now.
Yeah, it is. It's the baby.
Even if you like, because you're talking about how you wanted to like re-up your SoundCloud and get it like the right, like get an official one like the right way. I feel like even with that song needs to find its way on it. Tina actually said something earlier saying that she wanted to re-record that song like in 2020 that she wrote in 2016. I'm like, man, that's a tough idea.
No, I want to re-record my audio and everything. Yeah, I want to like modernize.
Yeah, might as well with like updated software and stuff like that. Yeah, nah. Yeah. Same beat though?
Same exact. I want to tweak it. I want to tweak it.
No, the beat needs to stay like the same.
Yeah,
I feel like it's that impactful.
Tweak it a little bit.
Yeah. Remaster that. That'd be dope.
So it's like, so ever since we put that song out, it's like over the years, I just been hearing like different sound clips of hers. I always tell her, I'm like, yo, I just need a feature. Just let me get on the album. Let me get on the album once. Let me lay down that verse.
Let me hold something.
I just want it to be like, I feel like we've like grown so much and we've been through a lot together. And even just from a musical standpoint, I feel like just us on a joint together is just like, it needs to happen. Yeah. And like an official like joint with like.
It most likely will.
Yeah. We're going to speak it into existence, man. Like. Yeah.
Especially since I told Ant that I'm updating all my equipment.
Okay.
I had like my old 2012, 2013 laptop MacBook. I got the 19. I guess it was released the end of last year.
So you dropped a pretty penny on that.
I did. I'm not going to front, guys. I'm going to say it now. I used my stimulus check.
Who cares?
For my laptop.
You stimulated Apple.
Yeah, right.
That sounded weird. Never mind.
Right. I was just like, I'm just gonna get it. So I used I'm like, I didn't expect this money. I don't need this money right now.
Yeah.
Use it for my laptop. I got like a nice keyboard with like the little beat pads on the side.
Yo, that keyboard is tough.
Right.
Oh my God. That's one of the things I want, one of those.
And it could transition to different instruments and everything too.
Yeah, you can change the sound and it's so dope. I was gonna bring it over here, but I'm like, all right, Christina, you're rushing too much. But I definitely will bring it over here if you want me to. You can mess with it.
Yeah, I probably there was an old friend that I used to know, and in his apartment, like I met him for like the first time, He was like, yeah, I actually like do music on this. I'm like, what? And then he brought out like his keyboard with the beat pad and everything. I fucked around with that thing that entire night. I was just like, oh my God.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm doing something, but you're just hitting a few buttons. But then it's just that whole process where it's just like, all right, I'll start with that, and then you layer it, and then you just keep building on it. Yeah, that's what I can't wait to do, just for fun. Like, I would just want to do that and experiment.
There's so many creative people around me. I'm just like, all right, I want to definitely, even if it doesn't blow up, even if nothing comes from
it's
it,
all
like,
about,
just to say I did it.
Yes, that's that's exactly why I do this. It's like I get to put out like a finished product that I know that I had my hands on, and I like okayed it, and then now it's out there. Who gives a shit about what people think about it? It's like, that's what I created. Yeah. I'm proud of it.
You put your own energy
exactly.
into it. It mattered to you. Yeah.
But so you got the MacBook. Is there anything else that you upgraded yet?
All right. So I have a very good mic. I paid like $300 for it way back when, and it's still
in the box.
It's still good. No, not in the box. Oh. But I take very good care of everything.
That's the one we use, right?
Yeah. I have it on a stand sitting in my room now.
Oh, so is that recent? That was.
Nah, this is the same mic.
This is the same mic that I've had for years. I'm not getting rid of it just because it's such a good mic. Like, I don't, until it literally breaks and like it's done.
Is it USB or are they on the XLR cable?
I wouldn't even know.
Oh, okay.
Is it the big? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know
it's the big one. It's like a
like the thick cable's not like these, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's like the circle one.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I got just the keyboard and the MacBook are new.
Mm-hmm.
My interface is good. And
what else you think about upgrading? Or when the microphone breaks, I am gonna get a new one. But other than that, I think I have everything. Oh yeah, you did say Adobe Audition. You wanted to do that eventually.
I have my Logic, which is what I would want to primarily use. But that's about it. Yeah, I don't think I need anything else. I just need
just like
what
the
I do
base
need
level,
is something to. Like a soundproof something. I don't know what they're called. The booths that go around
the like the mobile booths.
Yes, the mobile booths that go around the mic. That's what I want.
Yeah. Amazon has those. I mean, you can find really good ones. Because when I bought this like sound padding, I saw all of those too. Yeah. Because I just typed in like sound padding for walls, but then they had the ones that are like attached to the microphone stand. Then there's the one that looks like a box. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, that you stand in.
Yeah, and you walk into it, but it's like a little box though.
Booth. Yeah, that's tough. Actually.
But yeah, the ones that I see in like even like Instagram videos from like, you know, are the concave ones that are like halfway around the mic, and then it still produces a good sound because like all of your vocals are hitting that. Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah, I can't wait to start doing that. I create a beat for my birthday.
There you go.
The birthday beat.
The birthday beat. Oh man, I feel like I know that I have so much more to ask. Oh, okay. So with now, like you got heavy into music when you were a junior, even though it's been around pretty much your whole life. And when you start going into like, and when do you start actually like going into an actual booth? Like, because I know that you've been in this, like, you're right. You told me no. It's only been in the what? Damn.
We've been talking.
Basically, everything I do is
no, because that one song I swear like he was just like, yeah, we went to like a studio. I was like, word, and then
I probably was calling our car to studio.
Oh yeah, well then
we never went.
Yeah, no, but that shit sounded dope. That's why I was just like, oh man, that sounds so sick.
We've been talking about it. Like me and Tina have been having a lot of conversations. Like I guess more so lately about wanting to link up. I know on this show I've mentioned in the past like just different creatives in Pennsauken, like right from our hometown. There's so many dudes that are like doing production and rapping and they're blowing up. You know, like Cam De La, Frankie Hill, like all them dudes, like that whole collective. Shout out my boy Theo, like all of them dudes, like they all work, like they're all really making moves out here, and you know that's like inspiring to us, man, because it's like I've said it before. Hometown. I said it before, that's our hometown of Pennsauken, and we see all these like dudes like actually like just like us, like Tina went to school with some of them, like we're all just using our creative outlets, but it's like they're actually like doing it, I guess, on a bigger platform. Yeah. And
they're being heard. I mean.
Yeah, they're being heard.
And it's good. It's good music, you know?
Yeah, I just know about that one that you told me about. Well, I know, I think the one producer from Willingboro.
Oh, Ant Clemens.
But what's his studio name?
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah,
no, I don't think it was.
You talking about Mir Fontaine?
No, he made the one beat for Drake. Oh my God. Shit. Something Zombie.
Oh, yeah, he's from
Willingboro.
Yeah. Mike Zombie.
I think it's Mike Zombie.
Yeah, Mike Zombie.
Yeah, he's from Willingboro. And then the dude that you told me about who's like singing on that one.
Yeah,
Kanye
that's Ant
song.
Clemens.
Yeah, that's a Pennsauken though, or is that Willingboro?
I thought it was Pennsauken.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning Pennsauken. I know Willingboro is Mike Zombie. He's that producer, but
yeah,
he's
from around there.
Dude, Ant Clemens, man. I'm like, who is that? He's like the guy on that. Like, I was like, oh, that guy who annoys me.
That was actually such a catchy, like, he's very catchy.
I hate it. No, I'll tell the complete truth. I hated that song. I hated it. Because I'm like, that part bothered me. The only part I liked was Ty Dolla saying, fuck it up. Fuck it. I'm like, and then whatever Kanye's talking about. But then, like, other Kanye albums, like, it took me a little bit to, like, I have to listen through it again. And from that, like, third, fourth listen through, yeah, that became like my favorite track, and I still like that's the only track that I fuck with from that album. I like his voice now, like I just mimicked it. I do it all the time, and then but yeah, the rest of the album does still suck. I stand by that heavily. Yeah, I hate that track. I mean, not track. Jesus, I hate that album. But yeah, that's the only song that like I took from that album and put in like a playlist. So yeah, shout out that guy Ant Clemens, man. He's on a Ye track.
Yeah, with the red hat.
Yeah, always with his red beanie on.
That's
the
his
beanie on.
Oh shit, am I like biting him right now?
No, yours is definitely like an orange shade.
Oh no, but like just always wearing a beanie.
He has like one of them like yours is more like he has like more of the ones that are like lower.
The ones that you roll up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can roll this one up too and make it look like that.
It's a different style. It's a different style.
I sometimes do roll it up and just like wear it on top of my hair.
I think there's a name for those hats.
Yeah, because they sell them like that now too.
There's a name for them.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
I would rather just roll it up because so you can have it like this during the winter. Like it's winter right now or anything. But you said you brought stuff over?
I just brought my camera.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to show off my camera just because I went on Let Go. I'm sure you guys have heard of like.
I never even heard of this until Tina brought this up.
It's basically
Let Go. Yeah.
Let Go. You take like things you don't want around the house. And you just
like offer up.
Yes, like offer up. I went on to Let Go, and this guy said.
I thought that was a track. I'm sorry.
No.
You've heard of Let Go?
It's the app. I actually use that app. It's helped me get rid of a lot of stuff. But I went on the app. This guy's like, blah, blah, blah. Come today. I'm looking. He just needed any type of cash for the camera. Yeah, and I'm just like, so what?
I need any money.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, I jumped.
Yeah.
I met up with him. It was in perfect condition. I looked it up. It's like worth $340. I paid $180 for it. I was so hyped. Like, I was ecstatic. And this guy's just like, I just need the money. I'm like, I don't know what, he obviously had to pay some bills.
Like, my mind is just like, was that his?
Yeah, like, was it stolen?
Yeah.
Listen, at this point, that's not my business.
It's already gone. It's gone. It's done.
I can't even.
It's already out of wherever it came from, and you paid for it legit.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
So you own it now.
If he stole it, I mean, I lucked out. I'll tell
you.
No,
it wasn't stolen.
It wasn't. He seemed very like, I don't want. I mean, I obviously don't know.
No, yeah.
He seemed trustworthy for.
Okay.
Yeah, he seemed semi-trustworthy. Like.
And I mean, that's all you have to judge off of. Is like when you see them, you're just like.
Yeah, he was. Nothing was sketchy. Yeah. Like we met up at the Wawa.
But I guess was he just like texting in all caps like I need whatever. Give me $100.
No, I would have drove faster. But he was just saying that he needed the money to pay for whatever. He didn't tell me what he was going to pay for it, but he just like I need the money. Like throw me a deal right now. I'm like $180.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Damn. So you could have been like $150.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I thought of that. But
I know.
Like, all right, he's not.
But
he's not gonna take
you
it.
already like I do that too. Like you just over. Like he's not gonna do what I think he will do. So I'll just say a couple a little bit more. I've sold stuff at like less than I probably could have gotten it for. But yeah.
I definitely should have tested my luck there and just been like $100.
Yeah, he's like, sure.
Right. That would have been then for sure. Yeah, you stole that. You stole that, sir. $100. No.
You know what that reminds me of? Our first season. I'm not going to say his name, but our first season working at Toys R Us, there was one dude that got fired because he had access to the electronics booth, right, where we kept all the stuff.
I don't care if you said you remember his name.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I mean, it's not like he's listening.
Yeah, no one cares. Everyone forgets about this. Does it really matter if
I say his name?
No, it's just his first name. It's not his first name, last name, address. Like, yeah, no, I don't care because I was gonna say his name if I remembered it.
At this point, This would be crazy. Like, he just all of a sudden hears this and gets mad about something from 10 years ago. It was a dude named Russell.
Russell, that's his name. Yeah, Russell.
This was my guy too. I remember like I had him on the sales floor. He looked like a Fat Albert character, man. He was short. He had like the little fro, the thick glasses. But he was cool. Like, he would walk around, talk to everyone. And I remember me and him were always partnered together on the sales floor. We looked like we were like a tag team or whatever. But I remember I come to work one day, and I just look at the schedule and I just see a big like bold blue pen like with like crossed out his name, and then I'm just like, yo, where's Russell at? It's like, Russell doesn't work here anymore.
Yeah, dude.
So then I end up asking him what he did. Like, I end up asking around like what he did, and they're like, yeah, he stole iPods from the electronics booth and was selling them in the parking lot when he was getting carts. And what's crazy is I was there that night that he did it too. I remember he came back. Like, it didn't make sense to me at the time because it wasn't all the way illogical, because like we would get celebrities from time to time pop up at our store, especially during the holidays.
Yeah, dude.
So
I had Mike Vick.
So yeah, I remember meeting Mike Vick once. Andre Iguodala I met, and I was so hyped there.
He cried.
No, I didn't cry.
No, he legit cried.
No, I didn't cry. I didn't cry.
It's insane. Like, I was out in the parking lot and I was like, dude, you want me?
No, I didn't cry.
Yeah, I took the picture and then he
wasn't even around.
There are some celebs I would honestly cry if
he was like, bro, like, you have no idea.
I would take no shame in saying that I cried, but I didn't cry. Anyway, going back to the story, Russell comes where I'm like it's a Saturday night and I'm just like cleaning the aisles or whatever. Russell comes back like, yo, Ant, it's like, I just got a $400 tip. And I was like, what? I was like, 400. I was like, man, who'd you help out? He's like, man, I think it was a baseball player or something like that. Man, just gave me 400. And he was going around like flashing the 400 to everybody, right? And then it turns out that he ended up selling like the stolen iPods for like 100 each or something to some random dudes in the parking lot. Just like, like them scalpers at the games, like tickets. He was like, yo, you want an iPod? So he'd be out there getting carts, and he would just like scalping them right then and there. But then
he was definitely doing it way before too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that can't be his first rodeo. He was
doing it, but that big batch that he did, that got him caught, because I remember him always going into the electronics booth, like
to pick the NOFs.
But obviously, but obviously, like, I had nothing to think about it. I was new too, so I was just like, yeah, here's the key, and then like you would go in there and do whatever you needed to do.
The thing was, he went about it the wrong way because they ended up catching him because he left the packaging for the iPods. At least that's what I heard. He took the iPods but left the packaging like in the room. Yeah, so obviously they're gonna check the cameras.
So dumb.
Saw him in there.
Yeah, they checked the camera, caught him right away, because like I remember Vance was like, he was like, where are these iPods at? And I was just like, I don't know. And then, we obviously like looked into it like right away. And then like the next day I just started hearing, you hear what happened to Russell? And I was like, what? He's like, he's the one who stole iPods. I was like, wow, like fucking balls.
You know what's crazy is I actually
I'll give it to him for that, man.
I actually ended up seeing him at the Wawa like 2 years ago. He was a gas attendant. And I remember, like, I instantly recognized him. He was a little bit buffer now, and he had a deeper voice or whatever.
I probably bumped into him too then.
So I was just like, and he knew who I was. I'm like, what's up? It's like one of them awkward moments where you haven't seen anyone in a while. You're just like, what's up, bro? And I was like, he's like, yo, man, what's good with you? I'm like, nothing much, man. He asked about Elvin. For some reason, bro,
Elvin is a legend.
Every single like Toys R Us coworker who I run into will always ask about Elvin. Mm-hmm. Like, he's just that memorable.
He's just that much of a character. The
story of Elvin.
Yeah, he's a character.
Yeah, in the John episode, he tells a really funny Elvin story.
What did he do? Was he just?
He was just being funny, pretty much. Yeah,
comedian.
At the end of the story, he's like sprinting out of John's car in the rain, and it's just over like the median in the road.
Elvin was just a very like. The guy was the fastest walker I've ever seen in my life. Like, there was during one season he actually like busted through the sole of his shoe while at work. And it's like his greetings were always like, yo! It's like every time he see me, like, yo, hey, what's up with you?
I'm picturing like a long, tall, skinny guy with glasses.
That's Keith.
Okay.
Elvin's like he's like a bald, light-skinned dude. Yeah, he was losing weight.
Yeah,
he was a little bit bigger at one point, lost weight.
He was a character, man.
Yeah, just a big character. Yeah. But nah, that Russell story, that whole thing about that guy, like when you steal stuff, it's like you will let that go for whatever.
Oh, you do not give a shit.
That camera's legit.
Yeah, I want to believe firmly that this is a legit purchase. Like, it was not stolen.
At least it was legit in yours.
Yeah,
you legit. For me,
you purchased it.
I'm not listening.
No. There's no shame on you. It's whoever that guy is. You better hope he did it.
Yo, shout out to the dude who sold Tina that camera.
Yeah. Shout out to him for that legit camera.
Let me pull it out. We're gonna. It's beautiful. Oh, the cat fell off.
Nikon?
Yeah, it's a nice little Nikon.
Gee.
And gave me, an extra lens.
That's when you know
he's looking at me like, yeah, I don't know. That could be very well stolen. Listen, no one's name is on it but mine's at this point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all good now, but I'm just like, damn, you got hooked up.
Yeah, right.
That's wild.
When she brought that over, I was like, it kind of made me want to be like get a camera too. I'm just like, man, that's so tight.
Yeah.
See if he got any more.
I thought.
yeah. I'm about to hit him up. That's how you'll know.
Friends that,
That's how you'll know. He'll be like, yeah, I just re-upped my inventory.
Yeah, and I need to get rid of it now.
He'll sell himself out at that point.
He just has a different account for like multiple cameras.
Same picture.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know how people think that they can get away with stealing. I mean, there are people that get away with stealing from their employer, but it's like, come on, the iPhones,
we wouldn't know anything about that.
I'm just saying the iPhone, like how.
That's wild.
We worked at a job together, and some girl stole $20,000. She stole a brick of money from. What would you call that? Like,
how do you do that? Everything's tracked.
Yo, at our job.
Everything's monitored, tracked. How do you think you can get away with that?
Bro,
I'm not sure.
Everyone who's ever stolen, and I'm sure there were probably some people that might have got away with it, but it's just like
maybe with like $1.
If they did, maybe $100 tops.
No, with some people though, like there were people that were doing it for a minute. Some of them, and like they were able to get away with it, and then they end up getting caught just because they did it too much. And that's not one of them jobs where they'll like I know certain jobs you
get fined. Probably.
They will see if you steal like a certain amount or if you continue to do it before they fire you. At our job, it's like the minute they find out, you're done. Mm. So like it is possible. There were people that did it, but they just did it too much. But yeah, our job was crazy because it's
20,000. All right, continue.
Right?
I'm just thinking about. I'm like, you.
She made it all the way home. She made it all the way home.
And that was a brick too.
No, that is not. If she did it that way, that probably would have been a little bit better. She literally took off. We are required to wear, what is it?
A smock, yeah.
Is it schmock or smock?
A smock, but
smock.
we would call it a schmock.
Schmock, guys. It's a schmock today.
Okay.
We were required to wear these like
blue schmocks.
Blue long schmocks. For me, it literally touched my ankles. So it was just like, you can't have your hands in your pockets.
Yeah.
She unbuttoned her schmock, took it off, and then dropped it onto the floor. And then picked up her schmock with the 20 with a whole brick
under it,
and then walks out. Like, girl, who is not gonna think? Like, there's definitely gonna be some questions.
No, that's bold. That's bold right there. I remember everyone was just shocked.
Stupidity.
I think she tried to act like she was like fed up and like, I'm leaving. I'm taking off my schmock. I'm gonna throw it on this brick and walk out. Like, no.
Yo,
no one's gonna believe that.
The thing with our night shift though, it was like night shift was crazy. Like I think that we've all talked about, like I've said it before, like Loomis was a whole vibe. Like that can't be duplicated. Yeah. Like everyone there was all around the same age. Like we had some OGs up in there, but everyone was like in their early 20s. We were all trapped in this room. Pretty much, like it was just a big ass room. No windows. Every cameras on every station. Mm-hmm. Like I remember I counted $1 million in cash my first day. It's like overwhelming when you first started. And you're like, damn, but you learn to look at money just like it's paper.
Do it by like ones.
You have a machine. It's literally just like giant bags of money that they would give us. Yeah. And you run them through the machines. It detects the counterfeit bills and all that. And then we brick them, strap them. So like we put the little strap on it, then 10 straps, you get the rubber band, we brick them together, all that stuff. It's just money circulating everywhere.
You gotta wear gloves, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
most people didn't. I mean,
yeah, we didn't wear gloves.
First off, this is before the Roni. So
I understand that, but I've always known that money is like the dirtiest thing in the world. Like, even before all of this shit, but like, do people do blow?
The thing is though, like,
we actually had bags of like cocaine money, and they would just like keep them in this, like we actually would keep it in a I guess like a lock section of the
It was like contaminated with coke.
Yeah, you could see like the white in the bag.
Mm-hmm. The thing is though, like with wearing the gloves, like it slowed you down, and over there they were all about,
you like lose grip and shit.
Yeah, and it's like over there you had to like they would always tell us like
Amazon.
It's like this
keep moving if you die. No, I'm kidding.
They're like this should be like your target. You guys should have like it was something ridiculous, like 30 bricks an hour, 40 bricks an hour.
That's not realistic.
Like, it was like something depending on the machine.
At that point.
But yeah, man, Loomis was a fun time. I remember like the one thing that I gained most about that job outside of like meeting the dope people there, is like that toughened my skin. You had to have tough skin to work at Loomis, because you would walk in there and your ass is gonna get roasted by everybody. There were times I got my feelings hurt there a little bit. I was just like, yo, what's crazy is like it was. Yo, my ex was the one that roasted me the worst out of anybody too.
Yeah. That was out of love. That's why.
Yo, she would. I remember it was like I would hit her with like. There was one good one I had for her. Like I hit her with a good haymaker, but then she hit me like 4. Like she would come through with like these comparisons.
Oh, I mean, like it sounded weird.
I ain't gonna talk about that.
But just how you're like, I hit her with a haymaker. I'm like, a haymaker of a joke.
Nah. Yeah, haymaker of a joke, bro.
Elaborate.
You left it. I'm like, nah.
So I remember like she then called me. There's this claymation character named Glenn Martin, DDS. She compared me to him.
She called you a claymation?
She called me Oscar Kokoschka from Hey Arnold. She thought I looked like one
of the...
Bro, you are.
Wait, oh my! I need to see what this guy looks like.
I can look it up.
Yo, she called me one of them guards from Aladdin with them big ass hats. I used to sit there like
Oscar Kokoschka was, or whatever. He lived on like the top floor with his wife. Hold on, I'm gonna bring up a picture.
Susie, that dude.
Oh, with the accent.
Yeah, the Russian guy.
The dude who's always asking for like money.
He had that beard and he, yeah.
Oh my God.
Wait, I'm bringing up on this. Oh, come on.
And she's saying this is you.
Yeah, yo, I remember we used to get into some epic roasting sessions.
Who did you say she looked like?
I'm not gonna say. You know what?
It was weak.
No, it wasn't weak. This was a pretty good one. I ain't gonna say it though. I can make fun of myself on here. She's not here to defend herself.
Oh my God.
She said that was me. I was just like.
Yo, you know what's crazy is that my sister used to call this guy Uncle Serge because we used to say that my cousin's my uncle looked just like him. You've never seen what he looks like, but he has lighter hair. But
yeah,
I don't see the ant though.
It's
funny. It's funny. I mean, maybe the eyes, maybe the eyes a little bit.
Yeah, it was Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar Kokoschka.
Oscar Kokoschka.
Yo, I remember the worst one I ever got was actually from you remember Essence?
Essence.
Yeah, the tall girl.
Is that somebody from Loomis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I drove her home.
Yo, Essence came through with the one that I was like, damn, this was really bad. I had nothing to say to this one because normally I would find a way to roast people back. Yo, she came through and she's like, yo, you look like.
Wow.
She was like,
can't even get it out.
Like, yo, you look like Megamind.
Yo, you do. Yo, I don't know who it should be, Megamind or Oscar.
I was sitting there.
I like Oscar.
That Megamind one kind of hurt my feelings. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like,
it had you like just like.
Yo, because the thing is, I could have roasted her back, but like me and her weren't that cool, and I feel like I could have said something to her, but I was like, I ain't gonna be like. I don't want people to take this the wrong way because she had a squad behind her too, and we were cool.
When it died.
Yo, we were cool and everything, bro. But it was just like I'm gonna leave that alone. Tina didn't get it too much. I remember with her.
Oh my God.
Yo, with her, she was Yo, bro.
Yo, that is crazy. I mean, we were thinking of Halloween ideas just the other day. And
Yo,
we could just
paint his head blue.
Yeah, you'll either they'll be like, are you the Avatar or.
Or Genie.
Oh my God. The Genie.
Yo, you can like definitely like contrast me too because I'll be in like all red. Do the little the soul patch.
Yo, yeah, that one right there. I was like, yo, that one kind of hurt. I'm not even going to front about that. But like,
damn,
I see it.
Yeah, man.
I see it.
That's the bad part.
I see it. You know, it's the face structure too. Look.
Yo, you having too much. I probably shouldn't have said this story. Whatever,
dude,
though.
You already you already said the worst from that happened with that job with the whole creep tier.
Oh yeah.
So, dude, there's nothing worse of you literally.
Look, man, I could make fun of myself.
Dude, it's all about self-deprecation.
I'm glad I wasn't there during that time.
Yeah,
that was recent, right? This tier creep thing?
Years ago. Yeah, I hadn't been in Loomis since 2017.
Oh, true. I keep forgetting. I don't know why. Like, I'm thinking that you're there now.
I remember Tina never got... Like, I remember the one that you would constantly get... Because she used to have short hair when I met her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, like a pixie cut.
So
oh, okay.
They used to call her... They used to call her Dora the Explorer. Cause she was always like the smallest one there. Her, Gabby, and Ralph, the 3 shortest ones there at Loomis.
Yeah, he probably still is the shortest one there.
Yeah, he probably is. I remember Tina would walk around. She was always enthusiastic about everything, just like hey guys, and then like, yo, that's like
yeah, for real.
Hey, everybody, let's go.
Yeah, like straight Dora the Explorer.
Come on, let's get to it.
But we had one of these for everybody. I remember we'd all like just have roasting sessions.
Yeah,
like every single person there got it. We used to print out pictures, too, of, like, characters they would look like and tape them on their stations. I think, did you ever hear about the one, I can't remember who it was, but they said me, you, and Serge were the Animaniacs.
Oh, no, I don't know who said.
They said, like,
sure you said that.
They said since he was tall, he was Yakko. Since I always was, like, the goofier one with the hat on, I was Wacko, and they said you were Dot.
Wow.
I was like, I'm not mad at that one. I could kind of see that, like, the 3 of us when we together.
They really used to come at everybody in there.
Everyone used
really
to get,
crazy.
Like,
this man got me tripping, dude.
Bro, take that off the screen, bro. You saw it already.
That's all right.
I don't even know what to say. That is your twin.
Damn.
No, I'm just
Yo, his head is slightly bigger.
Just a little bit.
You'd be the perfect contrast to me, man. I'm going to be in the all red, wearing, my weekend outfit. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm just gonna be
a big blue head,
a blue freak standing next to you.
Yeah.
Now, who is he? Who does he have any like sidekicks or any?
I
don't really know about Megamind.
I've never seen the movie.
I've seen it the first one like once.
There's sequels.
There's 2, I think. I think there's 2 Megaminds.
What is that like curly haired face?
I don't know. I think that was like his nemesis or something like that.
Brenda. We're gonna name her. Oh, that's a man. I think that's a man.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a guy.
Okay. A man named Brenda.
Oh my
fine.
God! Look at this
one. Could you actually try doing that look? Just a little.
Yo, I do not do that look. That's a straight like devious villainous look. I'm a hero.
I gotta watch this now. I don't
think I think it's Will Ferrell. Yeah, Will Ferrell's Megamind. Okay. Yeah. It's not a bad movie. It came I think like 15 years ago now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think it's like 2005.
Nah, bro, that was 2010. I only remember that because when we started working at Toys R Us together, they were always advertising Megamind. Like we were there when the movie came out, when the DVD came out. So, yeah.
What movie am I thinking?
Just a question: Is it a DVD or is it a?
What is a DVD? It's a DVD.
It's not a DVD.
He's just referencing the Fat Albert movie. That's all he's referencing.
Nah, that's no reference, bro. It's a DVD.
Shut up.
Guess would be like, where's the?
Did you ever see the Fat Albert movie with Kenan Thompson?
A lot of Kenan references to that.
I probably have, but I don't remember.
So at one point in the movie, obviously they're 70s characters and they got brought in. That's what I'm thinking of, like Fat Albert. Fat Albert came out in 05 or 04.
Yeah.
I don't know why 05 was in my mind. Jesus. Anyway, they're and from the 70s, and now they're experiencing like kind of like new technology at the time because DVDs aren't really around anymore. And I think it was I think is it Sockhead? I can't remember what it.
Dumb Donald.
Dumb Donald. What the fuck am I thinking? Dumb Donald. Shows you how much I'm familiar with that. Yeah, Sockhead.
I thought he was talking about himself. I'm like, Sockhead, okay.
I'm like, is he Sockhead? Yo, that's his new name.
My bad. You even pointed at yourself.
He's out here having a field day with Megamind. This is Sockhead.
Damn, I'm just waiting for my name to come through.
You about to be named that every episode.
Damn, I killed him.
Damn, I just got roasted. That was a good one though. I'm not even gonna front. Yeah, I've made this orange cap like just a thing now because I love it.
I dig it.
Is it? No, it's fine. I got it. It's Sockhead. I don't give a shit. It's Sockhead. You better stop chuckling over there.
Yo, you already had your whole field day, bro. Like,
before I start, I'm gonna clip in some shit.
It's just been waiting.
Yo, don't.
I know he's been so down. Like what? We're like 13 episodes in.
Because I constantly get roasted on here. Like the episode that John came through, I was like, yo, it started out good. Telling stories,
and then towards the end of it,
and then all of a sudden, like the last 15 minutes of it is
it's him. Have you ever noticed like when he knows that like he's feeling salty, his arms fold?
Oh no, I do that on purpose, bro. That's
not on purpose.
I'm aware of what I'm doing.
Loser, yo.
Got him. Thank you.
He admits he's a sore loser. He was
not to me. He's never admitted it to me.
Yo,
is today the day?
Yeah, now I know that you admit it.
He's like,
we don't need to get in this conversation again.
Yeah. I'm Sockhead.
Yeah,
you're Mr. L in a second. I'm about to give you some L.
knock.
Ew. But Anyway, back to the Fat Albert. Sockhead, oh my God. I'm just thinking of Mankind right now. Mankind with Mr. Sock. I was like, fuck, dude, that thing's...
Oh, wait, are you talking about the
thing, and he would choke people out with it when wrestling was cool.
Yo, it still is.
Anyway.
Shout out to all wrestling fans.
The crew, the Fat Albert crew, and Dumb Donald picks up like a CD, a disc, and it was a movie. I think they were in a movie or a rental store or something. And then he looks at it and it says like DVD, and he's like, what is a DVD? Played by Omarion. Oh my God, I just remembered.
Marcus Houston was Dumb Donald. Oh, Omarion was the bully.
Never mind.
Bro, I'm a Fat Albert fan, bro.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's a good
Yeah,
movie.
Marcus Houston. I get them mixed up, him and Omarion. But yeah, Marcus Houston, and like he reads it, and he's like, oh, what is a DVD? And then everyone's like, a DVD? And then I think the girl like, no, it's a DVD. And then like they just say DVD the entire like movie.
It's always gonna be a DVD.
So yeah,
DVD.
It's not a real thing. It's
no longer
DVD
my terminology.
Sounds clean.
That's whack terminology.
Yeah, DVD. DVD sounds like there's like a speech impediment.
Yeah, like I'm gonna bite my lip. DVD.
It just flows.
Yeah.
DVD. Sure, why not?
It just flows your way. I don't know. Can't get on that. No.
Nope. I mean, I just know the reference, so that's it. So now that I informed her, now she knows why. Like you sound like
I'm mad that you just informed everybody.
I thought this was something he just made up when he woke up one morning.
Nope. So he's creative. He's not that funny.
Yo, they're playing people that dispute that. I'm very funny.
It's funny.
Thank you.
Did you want a tier?
Huh?
A tier of funny?
Yeah. Yeah, let's rank how funny you are.
Yeah, what tier am I on?
All right, wait. So what's like the top tier? Is tier 1 the funniest?
Yeah, I know. We have to establish this because I think I established myself as like the worst.
I feel like I already know where this is going. This better not be the same tier.
Well, she can't rank me. She just met me today.
Yeah.
You're pretty funny though. I'm gonna put you on a good tier. I'll put you on a good tier. And I think you're very funny. I think you're naturally funny to the point where you're not even trying to be funny. It's just like, oh, look what he's doing. Like,
like you just do funny shit.
Yeah, you do funny stuff, and it's like you don't even try. So it's hilarious. It's like 10 times more hilarious.
See, I actually have to try to be funny. If I was just to go about my daily,
I feel the same.
Like walking around in this house, like people would hate me. I would be a hated person if I didn't try to be funny. I know, you know it for a fact. How much of an asshole I am. I'm very. I mean, besides, I'm not like putting on an act or anything. I'm not trying to say that, but like that's like my natural way around people. Like I like to make people laugh.
Yeah. But
my day to day, like alone here, it's just like I'm just like fucking like negative about stuff. I'm just like, God damn it, like this is just stupid shit.
Yo, kind of on that, Tina, when she heard the podcast, that's what I was telling you. She was one of the ones that was like, yo, your voices and your personalities clash really good on here.
Yeah.
Cause like how, like, I guess
we're complete opposites.
Yeah.
We're almost like complete opposites.
Yeah, Ant said he was like the goofball, I guess, tone you said, kind of, and you have like the serious.
Yeah, I'm the asshole.
Perfect contrast.
Yeah.
It's like he's like the sweet, gives these, genuine intros, and then I'm just like, you're a loser. Like, I say shit like that, but I know that you're not a loser. I would never say that. You just take L's.
Oh.
See, that's the asshole right there.
2K13, 2K13.
Ant is waiting. He's just
2K13, 2K13, 2K13. 2K13, 2K13, 2K13.
Yo, I told him I want to beat him, and like we were talking about going bowling and everything too.
Yeah.
You would never beat me at bowling.
Oh no, yo, should we bring? We got to bring him.
Have you seen him bowl?
We bowled once together, but that was 10 years ago, and that wasn't even really like
I didn't even talk to you at that point, really. Did we?
I think we had just started being cool.
Maybe.
We at Toys R Us did like this.
No, it was 2011 when I started.
Yeah, 2011. Yeah. It was around the same time, but Toys R Us did like this bowling night to try and bring everyone together or whatever.
That was the first. Yeah, that was in the summer, so I think I was like.
Yeah, we were already starting to be cool. We bowled, but it wasn't like we didn't have the friendship that we have now, so it wasn't competitive or by any means. Now it's like, nah, I'm not like. No, I'm not gonna let him win.
I would destroy him.
Yo, Ant literally has it out for anyone who wants to win, which is everyone. I went bowling with Ant, and he's just going head to head with my sister or whoever was winning. But between us three and everyone else, I would definitely beat both of you guys just because. Okay.
No, I'm hearing you out.
Just because I'm that good.
Do you have a ball?
Tina,
stop it. Just stop.
I whooped your ass.
No, Ant, I let you win, and I told you that 5 times.
Damn.
Look at his face. He's like, yo, stop.
He's like, yo, you're like breaking my heart right now.
No, there was one time we went with my Target coworkers. There was 8 of us. I had the highest score out of any of you.
What
guys.
was it?
All of you. It was probably in the hundreds somewhere.
What was it?
I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it's probably low hundreds.
I have a picture somewhere. I
probably
think
like
103.
Yeah, I was gonna say 106.
It was probably like 140.
Bullshit.
140? No.
I call bullshit.
No.
I call bullshit. You've never hit 150.
Maybe not, but I've won games.
Yeah, like in the 90s.
He is actually really good. You are good.
Thank you.
He's good.
Yes.
What do you bowl with?
Like,
pound ball.
8.
Don't ask me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Why are you throwing around? Why are you throwing around gumballs? You're stronger than that,
bro.
Your score could probably be way higher if you throw like maybe a 12-pounder.
A 12.
Yeah,
do you hear this, man?
That is really.
I have a 15.
I feel like I don't have as much accuracy if I throw something so heavy.
I feel like it's the opposite, and it's different for everybody. Like with me,
I can't roll heavier balls.
But the thing, yes, thank you.
It's crazy because I was trying so hard not to say something exactly like that.
Oh my god.
Yes, that will be clipped, ladies and gentlemen.
Bro, you did it to yourself.
Yes.
Yo, we're not gonna talk about bowling on this show anymore.
Yeah, it's always bowling, and I'll keep going. I don't care. But yeah, so what I was saying is that yes, people use different size of bowling balls, depending on their accuracy. I feel like with the heavier bowling ball that I have, 15, and the way that I throw it, it helps me out. Like, it's especially because I used to bowl as a teenager. I used to bowl for my high school.
Okay. I take back my comment about.
But no, I'm not spectacular at any means.
Do not take that back.
Clearly, he was on a team.
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm trying to tell you. Like right now, it's not like I put up crazy numbers. I just know I could put up better numbers than this guy right here. Because, yeah, no, I'm 100% certain. If his bowling skills are as good as his corner jump shot, I know I'm fine.
Not in real life though. Not in real life though.
I am talking about real life.
Hell, bro. If we
He's so mad right now.
If we went to the courts right now and had a 3-point shootout, right. I would smoke you.
That's so funny.
And I will put money on that.
Funny.
I will put money on that for sure.
100.
100. I'll beat you in a 3-point contest.
Next time we play.
I don't know if you got $100 though.
Am I gonna witness this?
What do you mean I don't have $100?
Out now.
Yeah, why are you? I have $100.
No, never mind.
Pussy. All right, now you've heard it.
I ain't gonna put up money over something.
My hand was extended out more than halfway, and he did not meet me. For what reason? Because he needs to practice.
No, I don't need to practice.
Then why don't you just shake my hand next time we play?
I'm not trying to lose $100 if the.
Why are you scared? If you just said you know that you smoke me.
I ain't scared. I will smoke you.
Then
I'm not trying to
bet
put
me
up
$100.
money. I'm not trying to put up money.
Christina, who's she?
Is it the price 50? You want to do 50?
That's still $50 though.
See, look at it. Doesn't matter.
I'll put 20.
I'm not even talking about Mike.
20. No, he said he'll put 20.
No.
Yo, if you're a real competitor, you play for free.
If you're a
real competitor, you play for free.
I will play you for free. I'm playing 2K for free. I'm not putting any money on that shit, and I never want to play that again.
Let's go to the courts and play for free.
Number we can't go to the courts. You not see the color of my skin? They will take me in a second.
Me too.
They also took down the nets.
Yeah, they put the things over it.
When all this is over, we hitting the courts.
Oh no, you put it at 20. Why are you scared? Why are you scared of 100?
I ain't scared, bro.
You scared of 100? I'm titling this episode. He's scared of 100.
I'm scared of losing money. That's
why are you scared of? You just said you'll smoke me.
I would smoke you.
So then you're scared.
No, I'm not scared.
You stop contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not.
How about whoever loses has to basically claim that they are the loser on the next podcast whenever or the podcast after.
I have no shame.
No problem doing that.
Yeah,
you have to say I lost to blank whoever you guys want to call
and tell the score
and the score.
How salty you are.
And the score. No, bro, you can insult me and many things.
I'm not even insulting you. I'm just stating out the facts.
You will not insult my corner jump shot.
I put.
You were not.
See, he knows that he only has a corner.
No, you will not insult my.
And then
Tina has seen me
hand out.
Tina has seen me play ball
before. I put my hand out and didn't want to do 100 because you're scared to. So I put my hand up for 100. If you're scared to lose 100, then you shouldn't say you'll be able to smoke.
I would smoke you. I'm not.
All right, then you should be able to bet 100.
I feel bad if I made you lose your money, bro.
No, you wouldn't. No, now that's the new excuse that you don't want to make me lose my money.
I don't. We need it.
Salty contradictions. You're scared, but you'll put up 20.
I will.
20, yeah, because you're not scared to lose 20. Am I correct?
Yes.
You're scared.
No, I'm not scared.
Then you shouldn't have a problem with 100. That's my point.
Look, this is.
There's no. This is nothing. I'm just proving a point.
This is kind of reverse psychology here. So you're scared.
He's out here pulling.
It's not pulling it. You're saying it.
No. I want
Dude, you literally just said it.
Yo, forget it.
I never said.
I was in the moment.
Nope.
I was in the moment.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
why I put up money.
Right.
But I don't want to really put up money. I don't really want to put up money.
2 minutes ago.
I really don't want to put
Who
up
said
money.
that?
I don't know.
Said that?
Who said that?
I don't know.
What happened?
We got a fourth mic here or something.
Who said what?
2 minutes ago, Aaron.
Who was that? Yo, next topic.
All right.
Oh my God.
There's actually so much to talk about with everything that's going on in the world right
There
now.
is. I mean
2020 has been a hell of a year.
How have you
Scary.
been? How have you been coping with it?
I'm gonna be transparent about, like you see a lot of things on Instagram, social media saying that, during this quarantine you have to pick up a new hobby. You have like all these like very positive things, uplifting things. That's great and all. Me on the other hand, I did not really. I feel like it had a negative impact on me. Like I want to go. I'm suffering from FOMO. I want to go outside and I want to have drinks with friends. Like you can do that now, of course, in your backyard or going and visiting a friend.
You still got to be like quote unquote safe.
But I want the whole shebang. I want to go outside. I want to be able to walk into. Not that I go, but movie theaters or
I can't even imagine when the next time a movie theater is going to open.
We talked about this with John, like what, and we said it, like what's the first thing that you want to do when everything, like if everything were to open up again, what would be the first thing that you want to do, or like the first place you'd want to go?
They're opening up parks right now.
Yeah. They're
opening up, outdoor food is open. I guess whatever is just basically not accessible to us right now, which is just quote unquote clubbing, and just like the party life seems to be very. I don't think that's gonna be back around for us
for a little bit.
Yeah, very long time.
Yeah, everything's gonna be like slow openings, half capacity, and then like people just not even wanting to go out because like I feel like a lot of people are getting used to the idea of just being like alone. Being alone and just like I can just stay at home and have a drink or two, or I can get a gathering of friends and have a drink or two, and not always have to like go out and club, but. Yes, there still will be, the kids and even adults that go back out, that'll try to flood the bars and clubs and stuff, and then
I won't be part of that.
Whenever they announce an opening, it's gonna be packed. There's gonna be overflowing lines and everything everywhere.
Dude, the beaches were like overflowed last week.
Yeah,
there was hella people at the beach last week, and more power to them. It was beautiful, and as long as they were being quote unquote safe again, cases like I am seeing articles and stuff like, cases are rising again because everything's starting to slowly open, which WHO and the CDC like predicted and everything. But it's just at one point or another, everything's gonna have to start opening slowly or however, and people are gonna get exposed to it because there will be people who all these people who are like asymptomatic. You have no idea that you have it.
Yeah.
And then that'll still continue to happen, and then. I've said it multiple times on this podcast, like going, summer's in a few weeks as of this recording. And what's right after summer? Fall, flu season. And then everyone's going to have to start thinking about like, oh man, like I have like a cough coming on when it could just be like a seasonal cold or the seasonal flu, but everyone's going to think it's COVID. And
automatically.
It's going to be a whirlwind of a winter. I'm curious the most to see out of lockdown, which is, future out of lockdown. Holiday shopping, like how our because malls are probably going to slowly be reopening still, and then like stores or hours are probably going to be extended again, and how are we going to deal with that?
Working retail, I already will tell you it's going to be the same, bro. I worked at Target last night, and we had an insane amount of people there. It felt like it was a holiday season. Mm-hmm. It's of course, gorgeous. Everyone's still required to wear masks and everything. Yeah. But the capacity of people, it didn't change.
I think that they probably will eventually change like the store capacity. There's no way that they're gonna leave it like that.
Keep it There's no way they can keep it
Why would they do that?
Because our store had that for a little bit. Like there were probably maybe 2 days where we were actually monitoring the number of people that were in and out. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like everything is money driven, and people don't want to lose money. That's why they're saying the economy's opening back up again. It's like not really because it's safe, but just that we've lost so much money.
They have to.
Everyone wants like everything to be active and all that stuff. So I don't think it's gonna change anything. And I guess on top of that too, like they don't handle that well. Like there've been so many times at Target because like now the the checkout process is longer because of everything, the guidelines and restrictions, there will be guests in line, and then they see how long it is. They just leave their carts there. Like, you know, it's not going to change anything, I feel like, personally. I did read the article, though, recently, and they were saying, like, a pandemic is over, not really because it's safe, but it's over when people are no longer scared and when they're tired of living in fear. And I think it's like right now with the weather getting nicer and all that, like, no one had an issue staying inside when it was cold, but obviously everyone wants to be outside.
Everyone's stir crazy.
With the weather being nice, and it's like, you know, you're still gonna be exposed to it. You could still have a chance to get it. And I think the thing is, like, you could quarantine. I was telling someone this yesterday. Like, you could quarantine yourself like a year, like, let's say. But then, like, if a mailman or something has it and gets your mail, you're gonna have it right then and there. So, like, you're always gonna be at risk to get it. It's just like, how much longer are you willing to actually, I don't know, how long are you willing to actually isolate yourself before just, like, deciding to take it head on? Because until there's a vaccine, it's not going away.
Yeah, I mean, and I just have this, you know, this, like, natural order of things. I mean, yes, I've quarantined. I've been safe about things, wearing a mask, you know, sanitizer, washing your hands, not touching your face, yada, yada, yada. But it's just crazy to think that, like, you know, people are going to stay quiet, especially, you know, people are definitely not staying quiet right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, with just staying indoors and, you know, social distancing, it's getting harder and harder for people, and especially for kids, because now, you know, colleges are done, schools are becoming done, and people just want to be outside and try to, like, live a normal, somewhat life. But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. At some point, you just got to let, like, I was just thinking this word natural, like, order happen. Like, just, they're going to become exposed to it, and if they can fight it, they'll understand, like, the chances of them trying to fight it, and if they can't, like, they know what they have to do, because it could be anything. And that's why I was, like, going back to what I said before. It could just be a flu. Like, it doesn't have to be COVID. Yeah. But everyone's going to think that they have it when they get sick. Like, I know that, like, there was a couple days ago, I was in here sneezing a lot, and I'm just thinking to myself, damn, if there was someone else in here, they'd be like, get the fuck away from me. But I have really bad allergies. Like, May to July. Like, you know, sometimes I feel stuffy, and my voice is a lot nasally. Like, it gets deep and nasally. I sound like a mix between me and him. But it's yeah, and I just know that, like, but for a split second, sometimes I'll freak out, be like, oh shit. But I'm like, no, like, you're fine. Like, I know that I'm trying to be as healthy as I can, but at the end of the day, yeah, people are just going to have to, they're going to become exposed to it in one way or another and have to fight it. I don't know.
With that being said,
yeah.
Do you guys also share the same fear that I have? Not a fear, but just like
a worry.
I get kind of anxious if I have to cough in public. I'm just like, all right, suck it up, Tina. Can't do that here.
Even with your mask on?
Listen, I will.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of the same way.
I would rather just sit there and, like, suffer silently.
I just told my boy John yesterday. I was like, dude, sometimes, like, even when I have to sneeze, because I was talking about my allergies, like, if I'm in public, dude, I hold it in. Like, yeah. I'll sneeze. I'll do one of those, like, where it feels like your stomach's gonna explode or your chest is gonna explode, and I'll do that if I have to sneeze in public, even before all of this, because, like, I just think it's disgusting that, like, some people just sneeze and then there's just a cloud of whatever you just sneezed out, and especially now if you do that, it's just like, what? Like, what did you just do? But no, coughing, I totally get where you're coming from. I did tell a story that I make noises under my mask in public, and people don't know it's me.
They wouldn't even know. Yo, that's funny.
I do it all the time.
How could they know? They can't see your face.
I do it all the time.
You can tell when someone's smiling, I guess.
No.
But no, some people.
I guess some people.
Yeah, like, you see the chink.
Yeah, I guess that. Like,
but you can't tell if
me,
talking.
I'm like straight face, and I'll just make, like, a noise. So it's like my face right here, this is all you see, and I'm just like, yeah. And then people, like, start looking around.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, and I'll look around too, like what? Yeah, I'll just make weird noises in public now that we have to wear masks. So.
Yeah, I try to avoid coughing as well.
Yeah.
Not here though.
Hey, man.
And I tell him, I'm like, dude, are you all right? And he's like, no, I cough all the time. I'm like, no, you don't.
Yo,
because, like, my back will be turned. I think he waits for me to, like, not be looking, and then
I've
always heard him cough when I'm not looking at him. Yeah. I've never seen him cough, like, looking at him.
You know what? I can share. I will not cough in your.
Oh, I don't care.
Home, Justin. No, I won't cough in public.
No, it's just it's just what he does. It gets under my skin because I'm like, I know you're coughing because I'm not looking. And I'm like, did you do it? Because I'm not coughing around him. I'm not sneezing. I can't avoid the whole sneeze thing right now. If I had to sneeze, I would do one of those chest explosion things that I would do.
Chest explosions.
That's what it feels like. It feels like my chest is gonna explode whenever I hold in the sneeze. I forgot how like fast they say a sneeze is, like some crazy amount of mile per hour, like sneeze. It's like something crazy. But anyway, yeah, man, start coughing in my face. Yeah, I said it.
That's a sound clip right there. But
yeah, you're not gonna cough in my face.
You're not gonna do it though, because you're the editor.
Cough in my face is funny. I'll clip it.
COVID.
COVID.
Yo, I've been saying that if I do cough, you're just
like COVID.
I say COVID after. I'm like, COVID.
Yo,
COVID.
I think that's gonna keep happening. Like,
if you take a shot, COVID.
Just everything.
A shot of alcohol.
Yeah, no.
A shot of alcohol.
No, I don't know.
You look to the side there. I'm like,
No, I was just thinking about like. I was thinking about like. I'm sorry, my mind just like drifts off like about different things when I hear like a trigger word or something. You said you said take a shot, and I was like, what do I have with hard liquor?
Oh my god!
Like I don't. That's where my mind went immediately, and I was just like, it's Sunday. You don't need to drink. I'm chilling right now, man. Oh my god!
It is very, very crazy. Very crazy. And then we have the riots going on. With everybody vandalizing and looting and stealing and the same thing, but that's pretty crazy. Like for that to be happening right now in time, is insane. I definitely I don't even know what to say about it. I do not agree with the looting and stealing and stuff like that, but I agree with the message.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
no, yeah, everyone definitely
100%.
Yeah,
I think everybody is thinking that way. They're like, we agree with the message, we agree with why you're angry, we agree with everything that revolves around that, but the loot, you know, burning down buildings and doing like that's where, you know, how are you guys gonna eat? That's
yeah, it's getting wild out there, but I mean, yeah, at this point, yeah, it is about the message. As far as it's going right now, yeah, it's the bottom line. It's the message that they're trying to get across. Yeah. That's not getting through to people. But
the thing is though, it's like that. No matter, like, I remember I've been hearing some people talk about it, and they're like, how many hashtags need to happen in order for a change to actually come? Because it's like, in the moment, you know, you can go back to 2014 with Trayvon, with Eric Gardner, all these, like, big movements or, like, big events that spark movements, but yet, like, nothing really changed. And it's like, all right, like, what do we have to do in order for things to actually change around here? I don't know. I can relate to it because I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm from the hood. Like I get stereotyped. Yeah. I don't know what it's like to be a black man in America, but I am a minority, and I have had experiences like where I've been like I remember telling you about these like experiences where I've been like pulled over by the cops or whatever and treated a certain type of way or talked down to a certain type of way just because of the color of my skin. And you know, man, it's like it sucks. Like those. Obviously, it's not everybody. I'm not saying every single cop out there. That would be an ignorant thing to say. When I was younger, I used to feel that way because like those experiences leave you with such bad taste in your mouth towards police as a whole. But it's like it would be ignorant for me to say like everyone has this mentality. But it's like when you see things like what just happened right now, it's like it's hard to not just group everyone as a whole. Like you're angry. So it's like Tina was saying, I don't agree with rioting. I don't like that. I feel like adding more violence isn't really going to help anything, but at the same time, like, the message is, like, you know, loud and clear, and I fully support that because I do feel like change does need to be made, and sometimes it has to be under drastic circumstances.
You know, that's really funny that you said that. I follow this girl, Aronica. I'm not really sure where she's from, but Aronica on Instagram. And she said she was she's, I guess, an influencer. Or she's a rapper, actually. She's a rapper. Female rapper. She's dope. Check her out. But she was basically saying that she was protesting and that they had lit a car on fire. Mm-hmm. And once, you know, that happened, they were telling them, okay, you guys, you know, like the riot's done. You guys, not the riot, the protesting is done. You guys all have to go home. And she's like, why do we have to go home? You know, we're peacefully protesting. He's like, well, people over there had set a car on fire. And she's just like, well, if one cop kills someone, do we blame them all? And she was like that the guy was just like, oh, no, you know, conversation over, get out of here. And that made sense. That made sense because it's like he doesn't want to be profiled as a bad cop, but she doesn't want to be profiled as a, you know, a crazy protester.
There's different levels, and where it's gotten to, it was just a matter of time. I feel it was a matter of time that it got to this point, and I mean, until something's done, I mean, it's just gonna continue. I mean, that's how I see it. I see it as like it was kind of inevitable. I felt, and with how it's continuing, like, you know, state by state, city by city, it's gonna keep flourishing throughout the United States. But up until something's done about it, or, you know, they do get justice for Floyd, there's still going to be just a level of unrest for everything that's already happened.
The thing though is, like, what everyone is outraged about is that they I think he lost his job the first day, but they didn't arrest him. They didn't put him in custody. It's like they let him go home, and it took like 3 days, and it wasn't until after all these protests and after the reaction that they finally was like, oh shit, like let's arrest this guy. And then with the footage coming out with the other 2 guys like also leaning on him, like they haven't done anything to arrest those guys yet. And it's like, how serious are you really taking it? Because they're the one dude, the main one in charge, like the main one that like you see in the video, like, he's now in jail or whatever, but what about those other 2 guys? Like, what about the other cop that stood there and just like watched all this happen? Like, where's the human morality at that point? So it's like you could see, like, how much rioting is it going to take? How much protesting is it going to take for everyone to actually take this thing seriously? Yeah. And I think that's where, like, the issue comes in. Like, everything needs to start at the top, and you actually got to, like, if you want people to stop rioting, if you want people to fall back, like, do something then. Like, show everyone that you are actually willing to make a change, and it's not just going to be a temporary thing. Because, like, you know, I hate reading stories like that. Like, there's enough senseless violence out there. Like, too many people killing each other already. And it's like, now you're adding all this to it. It's just creating more of a civil war within our own country. Like, make a change.
This is going to be in the history books for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Our children will be reading this. They'll be like, Mom, were you alive for that? Yep.
Yeah, just 2020 as a whole. It's just been a reality TV show. A shit one. Yeah, a pretty shitty reality TV show. And it's just something new every month. It's just like, now it's June and we got this going on. So it's like, let's see what the next, what is it, 5 months got, or 6 months got after that.
I like to think that it's like, we've already been through so much.
Dude,
like,
I think there's more, bro.
Bro, I'm a positive thinker.
I'm not like of what is already happening, or just something else crazy.
This is why, like, you're experiencing the worst of every single aspect of life, like the worst from people, the worst from illnesses, the worst of everything. Like it's just
this year just started off, and I just hated this year.
Yeah,
and I was like, once Kobe passed, I was like, I'm over this year already. Like, Kobe passing, like, it destroyed me. Like, I didn't function for like a few days. I'd call out of work at least one of the days. Like, I had a friend come over just to talk. Yeah. I couldn't. Yeah, it was just devastating, and it was like, and there was a guy who I watch on YouTube. His name is Danny, and he was talking about another person, like, in the same aspect of how I looked at Kobe. But like, it made total sense. He's like, yeah, like, it was like this drummer who he was like a huge fan of. Like, he passed away. He was like, I felt the way as much as I could, as, you know, someone could like love another person without like truly knowing like who they were. Because like, there was like all these like super fans and stuff, like, oh my God, I know everything about this person, I'm a huge fan. Like, I was never like that with Kobe Bryant. It was just, I respected and looked up to and just honored everything that he did. And because I'm a huge basketball fan, and he is one of 2 of my favorite players, the other being Jason Kidd. Because I'm one of the kids who grew up, you know, the latter end of the Michael Jordan era. I did get to see Michael Jordan play, so I do know of his greatness. But I literally started watching basketball like the year like that Kobe Bryant got drafted, and I was like a New York fan or a Nets fan at the time anyway. But like, I just loved to watch him play as a kid, and then just growing up with that, and then 2020 happening, and just him like, you know, gone at such a young age when he had the whole world ahead of him. Like, he was doing so much, and making me upset right now. But just having, like, just seeing that right in the start, I'm like, yeah, this year's gonna suck. And then like I thought February was cool, but that's when coronavirus started like spiking, and they're like, oh, there's like a worry that it might hit the States, and then it hit everywhere in March, and then now we're here. Now we're here with still crazy. We're in 2020 with the same shit going on with police brutality issues that was going on. With the biggest one being like, the one that kind of sparked us all. Well, I shouldn't even say that because there was worse ones in the past, but with the ones that like we kind of know of, like this era, the Trayvon Martin case, and it's still happening. Like it's not changing. So I mean, this year just sucked as a whole, and that's why I say it with like laughing, because like I feel like my humor is so dark sometimes. I try to find the humor in everything. Like I laugh and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck is next? Like, what's July gonna bring?
I don't even want to know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, what's August gonna bring?
I'm of the belief that we gonna get better. We gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel.
That's why, like, I look at things with like such anticipation, because the dark part of me is just like, because how bad is it gonna fail? Like the whole retail thing. Like, how's holiday shopping gonna affect everything that we're going through right now? Because we'll be the dead heat of flu season. There's going to be all of these new cases of, COVID going around. And I'm just like, how are we going to operate? Because that's one of the most manic times of the year, where everyone is always next to each other, touching things. People are next to each other. It's like, what is going to happen? Will I shop? Straight from Amazon. That's what I'm doing.
I can't trust Amazon all the way,
at this point, I don't give. I've been doing pretty well during this lockdown with the shit I've ordered. They've been coming through. Some shit came early. I'm like, all right, I see y'all. Even though, you got a questionable company, but your delivers in this area. They're doing the shit, man. I don't know. So I might just order everything from Amazon, just early, like in November, and just be like, I got everything. I'm good.
I have no choice, man. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out working retail at Target.
Sometimes, so. I mean, I wish I do. I wish I do. I wish I could go back. I still think about it when I go to my Target over here. I'm like, damn, like maybe I should just do it. Just do a season, because I miss that.
It is a different energy.
Just to get back on like somewhat like nostalgic topics to make me happy and like fuzzy. Like working at Toys R Us, I still get like these weird like just goosebump feelings. Like, I don't know what it is about fall, like summer going into fall weather and like springtime weather going into summer. I just think I feel Toys R Us. It's the strangest thing. Like, I don't know, like how I would feel like walking into the store or walking out of the store. I feel like I'm like, damn, this reminds me of like a day like sometime when I was working at Toys R Us. I just miss Toys R Us. Like, shout out Toys R Us. Even though y'all got 2 stores open.
I remember for me, it's like walking in. I've said this before, I think. Like walking in the wintertime, or like walking out when you feel that cold air and the Christmas music playing. That right there was a defining Toys R Us moment for me. And then, like when you said spring going into summer, I actually think of Rutgers a lot during that transition. Like when it was like when the weather was changing during spring semester. Yeah. That's them like triggers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Always like remind you of certain moments in time. Good times.
So how I like to normally, I mean, unless you have anything you want to ask us.
There's no way we can end this whole thing just talking about, like, I know we went from like up our energy up here to like the topics down here.
This is mountain peaks.
With us being here together, we were talking about this. There's one story that we need to tell.
Oh yeah, go for it.
And we need to talk
is this about the wallet.
No, not the wallet.
His wallet.
All right, not the wallet. Not the wallet. My bad.
If it's about the wallet, I know of.
Oh, what do you know about the wallet?
No, I just know that he had like a childhood wallet that he still uses. That's like 30 years old.
No, I retired that wallet.
Oh, you did?
I ended up, there's a whole Instagram post dedicated to it.
Oh, well then, yeah.
This is the wallet I've been using for 5 years. Now, it's because,
Okay, so go into the story.
So like, her and Serge always make fun of me though because I use a Velcro wallet. That's all it is.
Yeah, I would make fun of you too if I heard it.
The Velcro doesn't even work anymore, honestly. It's just like...
That's how much you've been throwing dollars, man.
Exactly. It's just like a folding wallet. That's it.
But
you should... Never mind. All right, continue.
But there is one story, which is like of all of our memories together over the years, that this one has to... Like, when I think of like just memories with Tina, which is scared. A lot of them, there are a lot of them, but this is one that like I think the overall just like... I don't know why it's so funny. I think it's just like
Oh, the Wonder Wall.
The Wonder Wall.
Oh my God! You want me to tell the story?
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll chime in.
From my perspective, we got so freaking lit. It was like a group of us.
No, that wasn't that. All right, so this. All right, so let me do a little backstory, right?
Oh, okay.
All
Wrong story.
We got
wrong story.
Fucked up. No, not that one.
All right, so I ain't gonna say names. I'll just say our friend, right? So we were. So it was the two of us. I remember Tina hit me up. It was like in the afternoon or something. It was the hottest day of the year, right? I always have the memory, right? It was the hottest day of the year, and I remember it was like 100 degrees outside. So Tina calls me one day. She's like, "Bro, what you doing right now?" I'm like, "Man, nothing. I'm chilling." She's like, she's like, "Can I come over?" And like, Tina's never been to my house, like still to this day. Mm-hmm. It's gonna come soon. My mom's very like paranoid about letting anyone in right now. So yeah. But I was just like, yo, I don't know if you want to come over here. My AC's not working. It's hotter in my house than it is outside. And like, maybe you can go to a park or something. Yeah. And then she's like, yo, I just hit up blank. Mm-hmm. And should I just say it?
We could call her Wendy.
Wendy?
Yeah, we'll call her Wendy.
Yeah, I like Wendy's.
All right, yeah. So we hit up Wendy. and Tina's like, yo, I hit her up. She said we can go over her house or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool.
She got the AC going.
Yeah, she had an AC.
Did she have the AC going? I don't think she had the AC going.
It definitely wasn't. It was hot in there, but I don't know.
Sorry for my interjection. That's just.
We ended up going to the living room. We were in her living room. I remember she was watching Good Mythical Morning, a show on YouTube. I'd never heard of it. I don't think either of us had heard of it at that point. But we were watching.
That's a good show.
A bunch of episodes. And then we're sitting there, it's like, yo, what should we do? And then we're just like, oh, let's just go out or whatever. We're like, all right, cool. So, like, me and Tina go back to Pinsauk, and we both get ready. We go back over. We pick up Wendy. We do our little thing. We hop on the train. It was late when we hopped on. It was probably like 11:30 or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we went to Drinkers, which was our primary spot. I feel like
Drinkers Tavern.
John Z always will, like, Zamp deserves all the credit, though. Like, our whole lineage.
Drinkers.
It was that one spot that we went to that had like the basement. You've been with there a couple times.
Yes.
They have two near Penn's Landing.
Yeah, it was like right near Penn's Landing.
They have two locations.
Yeah, because they also have like a Center City location
where they have like an upstairs.
Yeah, I always felt like the one that we went to was better, like that downstairs. But I remember it was like around that time, like I wasn't really that well versed into going out or whatever, and when we started going out. I remember I knew about Drinkers. That was because John had took me there once. So I was just like, oh, let's go there.
Yeah.
That ended up being like our go-to spot. Like we spent like every single time.
It's pretty chill there.
We had nowhere to go. It's just like, oh, let's go to Drinkers. So we ended up going there on a Saturday night. And we walk in there and saw that the basement was closed. Yeah. And instantly it's like, damn, man, like, because it's like that basement was a whole vibe in itself, right there. That Drinker's basement.
Yeah, I have unwanted memories from that.
So then it's like we're sitting there because they would have like they would have music playing in the upstairs, and the DJ would play all the bangers downstairs. Yeah. So this time the DJ was on the upstairs, and he was just playing some joints, and we're just like, yo, we could either leave or we stay here, and it was already late because like I said, we didn't hop on the train till like we didn't get there probably till past midnight.
Jeez, yeah, at that point.
Yeah, so we're just like, all right, let's just stay there. So. We sitting there, we having fun or whatever. At the end of the night, everyone there were foreigners there, right? It was like
I think they were like from Argentina or something. They definitely had very hard accents.
It was a mix. So they were like Argentinians there, and I feel like mixed in with some locals. And I don't know if this was a ritual. We had no idea what was going on. Like if this happens upstairs while we're downstairs every week. But the DJ starts playing the song Wonderwall by Oasis. And I had heard of it, but I didn't really know it. Like, we had no idea what we were listening to. So then all these dudes not guys and girls, they all form a circle. Like, they all, like, put their hands around each other. And they all form this giant circle, shoulder to shoulder. And the three of us are looking like, yo, what the hell's going on right now? So Tina's standing there, and she gets brought in like nothing. Like the dude.
Wait. I didn't get brought in.
I feel like you got brought in.
I definitely like looked at the guy, made like eye contact. He like approved me. He's like, you can be in the circle.
All right. So you got in. I say that because she got in effortlessly. Then Wendy over there, she forced her way in. I just see her like pop her head out of some other dude's like right underneath some dude.
Right his underarm.
So then I'm just sitting there like I didn't want to join the circle at first. So I'm like, all right, everyone already here. So I'm like. So I tried walking up there. Dude would not let me in the circle. Like, he would, like shove me out. So now I walk around. Someone else. Nope. I was just like, bro, like, yo.
I'm just watching Ant go, like, from person to person.
Oh, I love salty Ant stories.
I didn't understand. I'm like, yo, why am I, is it because they're girls? Like,
is it not my clothes?
Why are they not letting me in?
Am I not fly enough?
So I was the flyest one there, probably. But the music was playing and all that, and I'm just like, yo, I can't get, everyone's like swaying back and forth. Now this one I'm getting angry. I'm like, yo, I want to get in the circle. So finally, one dude I guess he felt bad for me. He ended up letting me in or whatever. So then the whole circle starts singing Wonderwall, word for word.
I don't know that song at all.
I just knew the chorus.
I've never heard that song.
Yeah, if you heard it, it's one of them songs that if you heard it, you probably would know it. So then the whole song plays or whatever, and I remember everyone's just like, everyone's like in a good vibe or whatever.
Swinging side to side.
Like We Are the Champions?
Yeah, it was like one of them vibes. I remember I dapped up the dude who was like, let me in the circle. I'm like, yo, thank you, bro.
Yeah, man, you can't shake hands anymore.
Yeah, man. What's crazy though is like afterwards, we end up going back to, I'm just going to put it like this, like Wendy was tired. So she was like knocked, right? So we ended up going back to, me and Tina had zero intentions of like staying the night. Like we were just going to go home. Yeah. But she was knocked. So we got to make sure that she was good. So, like, we pull into her apartment complex, and there was never any parking. So, Tina tells me, she's like, bro, take her to her apartment, make sure she's good, and I'm going to go park the car. In, like, 5 minutes, just come open the door because her phone had died. So, I'm like, all right, I got you. So, I take her upstairs to her apartment or whatever. I lay her down, and then I'm, like, trying to, like, it was hot as hell still. So, I'm trying to find the AC. So, and she was not responding to anything I was saying. So, I'm just, like, looking around the apartment, looking for the AC to turn on. I'm just like, yo, where the hell is the AC? Because there was no, like, switch or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I'm, like, sweating bullets or whatever. But then she had the AC in her room, so I turned the AC on in her room. Then I don't even know how long I'm looking for. Then out of nowhere, I just hear, whack. Oh. I'm just like, what the hell? I'm like, all right, whatever. Then, like, a minute passed by, whack. So I go to the living room. And I looked out, and it was Tina standing. I forgot that she had said to open the door because I'm looking for the AC.
Yo, I knocked on that door so many times. It got to the point where I took off my damn shoes and started throwing them at the window. I'm like, I can't believe they left me.
Wow. I thought it was someone, like, slapping her or something. I'm like, what?
No, I couldn't think of it. It was a whoop. Like, and then I opened up the window. She's like, bro, I was about to throw my laptop next. Like, I was like, because she had her backpack with the laptop in it. She's like, I threw my hat. I threw both my shoes. Like, and I was just like, my fault. I was looking for an air conditioner. So I go downstairs. And you're like, what you mean you can't find the air? I'm like, yo, I can't find it. So then Tina starts looking around. Like, now we're both over here, like, looking around this apartment.
But her room had the air conditioning in it.
Yeah. She had, like, she had some air conditioner in there. So me and Tina looking around, it's like, yo, what do we do? It's like, it's hot as hell. She's like, bro, we can't leave. It's like, we gotta make sure she's good. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So then she ends up like getting a box fan. So we raid her apartment. Tina ends up finding a box fan and she like plugs it into the wall and she like lays out this blanket or whatever, like the thin sheet. And like I always have extra clothes in my backpack and it was hot, so I'm like in some shorts in the tank.
Yo, I think it was so hot we were drenched in sweat. Jeez. Like I think I was taking water and putting it on my arms and like standing in front of the fan.
So the thing with that one was I remember it's like, so we're like, all right, let's just fall asleep. Neither of us slept good. Like we kept on waking up. I was hot. I remember every time I would go up to use the bathroom, whatever, I'd fill up a cup of water. And like me and her we were waking up at different times. So like when I'd wake up, she'd be asleep. When she'd wake up, I'd be asleep. And I remember I left a cup of water one time, and I'm just looking, and it was gone. I was just like, yo, I know I swore I filled up some water. And then she was like, yeah, bro, I was drinking.
I would just wait for him to bring it back. And then I drink the water and just go back to sleep.
Thank you. So the one time, though, I wake up, and I see Tina, like, kneeling down with, like, a full Jesus pose. Her arms just, like, laid out, spread out. And I was like, yo, what are you doing? She's like, bro.
That was it. She's like praying.
She's like,
that was it. Yeah. I'm like, I want to go home.
She was like, bro, I just threw some water on myself and I'm letting the fan hit me. So like, this is the best feeling ever.
So I have to ask, when Wendy woke up, did you guys ever find the air conditioning for where you guys were?
She ended up telling us it was like somewhere.
I think she said that.
Was it in her room that it was?
Like, the little thermostat thing was in the freaking same room we were in, but, like, on the wall.
We couldn't find it. And I remember it was just, like, because we kept on waking up. I remember when she did that, she just, like, leaned back and, like, fell asleep.
Y'all should have just stayed in her room. Fuck that shit, dude.
Nah, when we woke her up, she just was, like,
she felt gone. Yeah, and she was like, yo.
Like, what are you guys doing here? We're like, we saved your life.
We're like, yo, we're here.
Not really.
Nah,
kind of.
Yeah.
Think about it.
What's funny about that is like afterwards, of course, like we didn't sleep good. We were hot, so we ended up going to her room and we kicked her out of her own bed. And I remember we ended up just
we knocked out.
We ended up just laying in her bed like
that's what she at least owes you.
The whole afternoon. I remember like Francisco had Snapchatted her and he was like, yo, why are you on the floor? She was like, yo, Aunt and Tina just took over my bed. I remember I fell asleep and everything there. I was like, man, like this is the least we
you deserve after helping her out,
dragging her up the stairs.
And I remember we ended up going to
do that.
We ended up going to Hibachi afterwards. Like we just spent the whole day just like get in her AC room or whatever. But yeah, that night for some reason it was just like the series of events was always just like
for the most part had to be their moment. But that was one of I'd say one of the best nights I've had. Definitely, just because how everything went, it was just so unexpected.
Yeah, like we weren't even
very spontaneous.
We weren't even planning on going out, and then like that happens. That Wonderwall thing was just like, honestly, I mean no disrespect by this, that was the whitest thing I've ever seen. Even though there were foreigners involved and all that. It was just like it almost seemed like it was a weekly thing that they did. Like they flowed into it so effortlessly.
Kind of cultish.
Yeah.
But no, that could definitely fall under a Night's Gone Wrong Part 2.
Was that Night's Gone Wrong?
But the thing is,
it
does
gone right.
But it went wrong.
We've had some nights. We've had a lot.
It went wrong, but it was like a good overall turn.
I feel like overall, like regardless of what transpired, like I feel like we always end up like we don't ever really have nights where it's like, yo, that night sucked. It always ended up being something that was like funny or something that's like it was good. Like 2016 for us was like I think our peak as far as like just going out when we'd go out together with our group of friends and and we like experienced different things, but it's like looking, you know how like everyone has those moments where you're like when you start just getting the flow of going out every weekend and everything. And it's like once you look back on it, it's like, man, I went out a lot or I was wilding for this, but then it's like at the same time you look back on it with fond memories because it's nostalgic for like a certain era
with whatever you have.
and as I am ashamed to say, I was off Henny. We were off Henny. Those were Henny days.
Y'all are wild, dude. I can't fuck with Henny.
You know the thing,
I can't anymore.
You know the thing is too though, like I feel as even though those were fun times, I can respect and appreciate like our hangouts now more though. I feel like we're way more diverse now as far as like now in 2019, 2020 is like we're doing different things. It's not just like, yo, let's go to the club, but like we can go to the sports games. We can go to like I brought her to Voices in Power and she really liked it. You know, like we can walk around the park and just have fun. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to just be like, let's go get lit and go out to the club or whatever.
Because at any point in anyone's life, that'll get old. No matter how much you love it, it'll get old.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm glad that like we're all it seems like you guys are definitely I've been there for a little bit. Like I'm just over that. Like dude, when I listen to EDM music, it exhausts me. Like I get tired. I love listening to it, but I'm like, damn, I still remember like how much I used to like just go out and fucking go nuts.
Yeah.
To EDM music. Yeah.
It's kind of one of them things though where it's like not going out as frequent. It's like, if someone invited us out, like we'd be down and it's a fun experience. But it's not like we're not seeking it like we were back then, where it's just
definitely not, no.
Where it's like all of the plans is like one Saturday night hits like, yo, I'm scooping you at 7, like we about to go out, like roll out, like not everything is surrounded by that anymore. So I feel like you were saying, as you get older, you kind of transition into just being able to do different things and whatnot. So
I definitely prefer the gatherings rather than going out and
those were good times though. We ended up having good ass memories.
So that was a night gone wrong, gone good.
Yeah. I feel like we couldn't have we went from just being like
that
the
was
energy
like
was all over, but then it went down to like
that was kind of like the defining moment of your guys' friendship, kind of.
I would say the Loomis days,
yeah. I mean, I guess like us just like
we could say that year.
Yeah,
that
year.
Yeah.
It's honestly dope though, because it's like me and her talk about it all the time, how even like we were close and everything, but then like, you know, as you go through life, people, you know,
come and go.
People come and go, and sometimes it doesn't have to necessarily be because of an argument or anything like that. It could just be like you end up like it was so easy for us back then to hang out because we worked the same shift. We were always together. We were both single. Then we both ended up in our respective relationships, and we weren't seeing each other as much. And honestly, it got to a point where it was like I don't know. I know like with her, like I always felt really close to Tina. Even though we didn't know each other that long, it's like the time we did spend together, it was always like, man, like that's my homie or whatever. So whenever we weren't like during a time period, like it was never on any beef shit, but it was just like we were living different lives.
Yeah.
And I remember we just weren't hanging out as much. And it's like a lot of people don't bounce back from that. Like even with me and you, like we've had our spats over the years, but it's just like I feel like that right there is a testament of true friendship when you're able to like go through something or you guys separate for a little bit, but then you're able to get bounced right back. And that's like what me and Tina did. Like we started kicking it heavy again like last year, and it's just like, I'm glad that we were able to rekindle that and even build it up to be stronger than where it was before. So, you know what I'm saying? It all started back in 2016, but I feel like the origins have just like just grown over time, and I'm like
those are the best friends to have that,
I've made it very clear. I've said it. I mean, you could tell just by this podcast, but like everyone I come across, like I mention her all the time, because it's like
all the time.
I really do think that like me and Tina got a very special like friendship, and I feel like you don't see this too often with like a guy and a girl who are just like actually this tight or whatever. But it was always just like I don't know, man. I've always just appreciated her like on a whole. Like another level
on a day one basis.
Yeah.
No, I totally feel that. No, because I mean I got them. Everyone hopefully should have them, but no, man, that was really sweet. Very sweet guy. But
he gonna clown you for that later.
No, I'm not. I don't clown him when he's like genuine like that. I mean, because I know he means it from the heart. But yeah, with this is where we like to wrap it up. I don't know how many episodes you've heard, but I don't know if you heard the ones that we did the vibe of the week. Nope. All right. So with the vibe of the week, it's just I'll let you go last so you can think about it. Any particular song, artist, album, genre of music that like hit you in the past week that you're like, damn, I gotta like replay that, or damn, like I gotta tell somebody about this. Like something that like just hit you. And it could be an old song, it could be a new song, it could be a song that like you just love to hear, but you just heard it like for the first time in a while. So anything you can think of, I'll let you go last. But for me, for this week, as of this recording, the new Lady Gaga. My music spans all over the place, unlike this guy over here. He knows it. That's why he's so salty. That's one thing I didn't ask you about. Whatever. I'll just ask you later. It's about like what do you think of his music taste?
I think Ann has good music.
Do you know about his Roscoe Dash, like his infatuation with Roscoe Dash?
Is that so? No,
Roscoe is dope.
I mean, yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, okay. You set me up.
I forgot about it.
I am gonna say I'm not the biggest fan of Roscoe Dash.
You should be.
I guess I need to get on that.
Oh, I'm so glad I made this happen. Okay. I didn't plan it. I meant to ask you in the beginning, but anyway. Yes, for this week,
the whole field day over there.
It feels so good whenever I get to make fun of you sometimes. Yo, motherfucker, I got sock head. Come on, I feel that's the low of the podcast.
Yo, it is.
All right. Anyway,
I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah, my vibe of the week. It's not just Lady Gaga. It's not just a song by her. It's her whole new album that just came out. Fucking dope. It has the 90s dance style of music.
Ooh, that's
it's so fucking awesome. And I also have to shout out one of my closest friends who I don't get to see too often, Alex, aka Baby, because she's the one who kind of got me heavy into Lady Gaga. Miss you, Alex, but shout out Alex. My vibe of the week, Lady Gaga, her new album called Chromatic.
I want to shout out Alex too. We went to high school together. I know we were never like super tight.
Tell me your vibe of the week.
But I always sat behind her in
he
class.
He does this shit all the time.
Shout out Alex. I don't really have one.
Wow.
Yo, there was one. I'll say this. Just we were listening to it on the way here.
Anything.
Rick Ross, Diced Pineapples.
Oh.
We were listening to that joint on the way here.
Yeah, I know why you like that one.
Summer Vibe. Great song.
Very great song. The subject matter is Very awesome.
Yes.
Yep.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
All right. So what is it? Vibe of the what?
Vibe of the week.
Vibe of the week. All right. So I know it's mad old.
Doesn't matter. This dude brings
super
up
old J.I. I think his name, the Prince of New York. He has that Needed Me song. I wanted to listen to that song. See, this is the whole point. I wanted to listen to that song in the summertime because it has that like
don't play it.
No,
him.
I'm trying to think. I wouldn't say Caribbean flow, but it kind of has like the drums.
Like an exotic.
Yeah, it has like those type of drums. My friend started playing it. I'm like, I know that song. And when she played it, I'm like, yo, that would have been he even says it. This song, he says something's gonna fuck the summer up. Yeah. Something like that. He was right. If summer would have went down, I mean, we're still going into summer, but I could just imagine hearing that
on repeat
for the summer.
Okay, so your
J.I. Prince of New York.
J.I. Prince of New York.
Needed Me, and he has like a couple other good ones.
Or is it somebody you forgot?
I don't even know who that is.
Wow,
he's a young dude. He's a young.
That's 2019. That's from last year.
Yeah, it's old.
Oh, I thought it was like old, like
no. Okay, like last year old. Okay. Yeah. But he definitely got like.
No, that sounds I'm all about that. About the the kind of like the exotic vibe, Caribbean type. Just the summer feel of song. I mean, and that's how Chromatic, Lady Gaga. That's how it sounds. Like it's a perfect drop all your windows and just blast the shit while you're driving down the highway. It makes you feel good. That whole album.
I love Lady Gaga. Yeah. I'm gonna definitely.
Yeah, like if it wasn't for Alex, I wouldn't be as big of a Lady Gaga fan as I am. Yeah, but yeah, shout out to all the Lady Gaga fans. I think they're called the Little Monsters or something like that. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've been on.
Yeah, it's Little Monsters.
And it is. There you go. All right, but this was awesome. Oh, anything you want to plug? And plus, I'll put it in like descriptions whenever this gets posted. So anything you want to plug?
When you say plug,
like I don't know,
anything you want to promote.
I heard you guys talking about like SoundCloud maybe.
My next time, I definitely have something for you guys. I'll do something live for y'all if y'all want it.
Ooh,
we can play the little beat in the background and I'll go live for y'all.
You want to do anything live now?
This is recorded, so I know your aunt's gonna hold this against me.
Yes.
For like weeks. So definitely next time I'm gonna be prepared.
But like, so no like Spotify or Instagram, or you just want to keep that on the low for now?
We'll keep that on the low.
Okay, no
I'm
problem.
telling you, next time I'll definitely have something for y'all.
All right. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I get sneak preview.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
The teaser trailer.
This is a world premiere.
Excellent. Excellent. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, is that your ad lib?
No, that's from the Sixers game or just basketball games.
Oh, when they the X.
Hey, the Mr. Burns.
Excellent. All right. Well, this was fun. I'm so glad you were able to make it with all this craziness going on. Fuck you. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna ask you to like do an outro, but I'm like, you're gonna waste another 20 minutes for me, and then it's gonna take a fucking pain in my ass for me to upload. So, oh my god, no.
Did the power just go out? It sounded like it.
Oh. What are we at right now? What's our time?
Almost at 150. Oh my fucking god.
Yo, I was not gonna lie. I saw
like.
Yo, that whole energy.
I think I imagined that part.
The whole energy in the room.
My stomach just dropped.
For the listeners that don't know what happened, the computer just blacked out for
it just slept. It just did
for inactivity. So my man Sockhead over there.
Drop that 100, bitch. Anyway,
he thought we lost the files.
Oh yeah, we're good. It's still recording. I'll probably just like chop that part out. Anyway. God, I'm so relieved that didn't happen. It's been your man J-Rod, and
it's been your man Pierre Escargot,
Mr. Escargot, and
Christina Zambeza,
lovely guest Christina Zambina.
Zambeza.
Oh, my bad. Zambeza.
You almost had it.
That's what Zambeza.
Zambeza.
Yep. And then collectively Zero and Zambeza form the Z. That's a
Z
horrible
gang. Z gang.
Oh, we need John here for that. He has all like the sound bites on his phone. We do want.
We do want to get a soundboard at some point, just to have that.
I wonder if there's an app for that.
There's a bunch of apps that have like different soundboards, but like I want to buy one that I'll have right here, and I'll play all of his like creepy lines and stuff like that, and make him feel like shit.
Bowling balls.
Yeah, bowling. Like there's other ones like yeah, I would touch that. He says something weird like that. I'll play it for you later. But all right,
that would actually be a good one.
No,
come on, that was a good one.
Don't hype this man up, Tina.
Just a little bit.
I love it.
You're making my voice spike.
No, that might have been me. But all right, yeah. We're out of here. Stay safe.
Peace out.
Deuces.